All right, we're live, guys. Sorry about the delay. Had some issues with the internet, but we're good. Where are we? We're party, so. Hello, Drake. Hello, Nogroth. Hello, Mark. Hello, Doc. Hello, Lee. What are we talking about? Food. You ever been to Bookie? Hello, Eclipse. Have you ever been to Bookie's, Drake? Well, let's go to. Let's do like a. Hello, Dong. Hello, Raffin. How goes it? Let's go. Is there a bounty board in Barima? Hello, Penguin. How goes it? Hello, Will. Hello, Brandon. Hello, Dove. I'll really quickly check the paid mods while we're here. Oh, it's very fucking warm again. Alright, what we got this week? Creations. Oh, let me change the chat, actually. Wish I could have it in live chat. Hello, Fallen Lead. How goes it? All good. Glad to have you back. Welcome. All right, what we got? We have the Cryomancers, a new faction. Ooh. New faction introduced in the game. Okay, that looks quite cool. Armor looks cool. Although I really hope the weapons aren't extremely OP. Hello, Bill. Hello, Mike. Ooh, the Avantech 500,000 weapon mods. Old school furniture pack. That's kind of cool. Not really my thing. Avantech Black Site. Reactivate the Black Site only with the help of Dr. McGee. Powerful workbench that expands. 500,000. Customize every base game weapon. Oh, it also has ship parts? What? Looter shooter mechanics. Discover upgraded weapons dynamically on enemies. Collect black site data. Upgrades can inquire as you level. Choose which weapons you want to upgrade. Unlock new black site workbench to your ship. Data Hunter. All new ship designs for the Data Hunter. You have piqued my interest. You have definitely piqued my interest. Okay. All right. That's been a while since we've got something from Chaos, so it's nice to see. All good, no growth, all good. I have done Watchtower, Mike? I have. That is very interesting. I'm interested in the looter shooter thing because obviously being able to like modify everything looks very cool. I wonder how it's gonna play with mods. Does it say? It doesn't say. Infantry. Okay. All right. All right. No game art. I don't know who you are, but I'm liking it already. 46 attachments, new ammo type. It's a BAR, clearly, but by Americans out there. Well, Andy, how goes it? Did they ever make a rifled version of the BAR? Yeah, the Avantech is like one of those mods, Chaos Nerds, all those mod authors, where it's just like, yeah, oh my god, that's a big fucking rifle. That is a big rifle. That looks good though. So we're getting, oh, very nice. Okay, we're doing good. So god damn it, wrong fucking button. What else we got? Antimatter solutions. What else we got? Ooh, KAC LMG by Heroic Pie. Credits. Hello there, Paul. Golden Gun, but same model that did it. Yes, it is, Andy. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to be extremely transparent. Mod author reached out to me to review the gun. Made no mention of whether or not the revolver was been fixed or not, so potentially the mod author doesn't, like, maybe doesn't watch my content, which is fair, but my initial response to them was, did you fix the revolver? And I'm waiting to see what they hit back. But honestly, as cool as that looks, I won't be touching it at all. Even if the revolver's fixed, it's just, in my book, it's not. Where's the... Am I missing something? So that's looking good. What is... I don't know. I never really know what with these mods. Yeah, streaming Tuesday, doing a Starfield stream Tuesday is probably a good idea, better than the Wednesday. Plus, it's always coming out like the same day, or doing a stream like later on after my recap gives me Room Technical. Ooh, Recon. What have you done? What have they added? Armory with vendor, general store. I did. Oh, you added a POI. Hello, Recon, by the way. Ooh. Is it POI vanilla? Or does it require the... Well, no, it wouldn't require anything. Awesome, 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 awesome. Very, very cool. Hello, Crofter. How goes it? Wait a minute. Wait. Hold the phone. Oh, no, we're good. We're good. Awesome. So yeah, looks like we've got some pretty decent fucking mod. Foundation with the Mission Maker and Zones Crime Monster. Search everything on this POI. What do you... Mission Maker? Is Mission Maker a new part of it? Hello there, CJ. Interview the Cryomancer. I will be. I will definitely be. You get Daslate. Quite enjoy the Tuesday streams. Work schedule change, but I miss streams. Now I can watch Tuesdays. Awesome. It doesn't direct you to the base. Get Daslate, but oh, so is it a bit like a fetch quest? Able to turn up your voice on stream? I can. Is it low? Hold on, now let me my audio levels. I can turn it up a little bit. It should be okay, but let me know. Very excited to try Cryomancer. Yeah, I mean, the thing is I'm very, very, very hyped to try out the Cryomancer. That reflects he fixes. He made another module. I learned it's always low. I need to fucking fix it. Sorry, hold on. Let me adjust. See, I was told on the internet that you want to have your audio level between... All right, let me bump it. All right, there we go. All right, how are we now? Is that any better? My audio is not in the red, but it's like popping into the blue. Yeah, my only concern with that mod is I can already see that gun is based loosely because in his other mod, the Disciples, where is it? In the Disciples mod, oh god, oh Jesus Christ, maybe not, we won't show that in case I get in trouble. But in the Disciples mod, which I reviewed, which is free, the weapon was really cool, but it was very, very powerful. Like, probably too powerful. Now, I know a lot of people, like, there's people that enjoy the level of overpoweredness. I personally like things to be more vanilla. But one thing I have to give to Zone, he knows how to make stuff. Like, they look absolutely amazing. Yeah, so it looks... It honestly, like, pretty decent week. Definitely. I think I'm most excited about this just because Chaos Nerb is the G when it comes to stuff. The loser shooter mechanic. Because I think that's one of the elements of Starfield that is, like, very lacking. I was also Fallen, I did see your thingy. I will. Sounds fine to me, but I'm using Bluetooth earbuds. It's like listening to oh god. I apologize. Oh, I'll try not to blow people's eardrums out, especially yours, Doc. We should take a poll. A poll on what? Well, yeah, as an artist, he's amazing. Would love to get a chance to collab with him. Bogged down trying to figure out what mods still work after a year. To be honest, Crofter, that is one of the, I've seen a lot of people having that issue, which is just, yeah, it's a kind of a constant thing because you never know which mods see on stream. That is, I will, starting next week, actually, I might do that. This week, looks like it does look like Cryo Beast. What was I going to say? But, also this, I go to his fresh start. Yeah, fresh start is honestly probably the safest. It does look like a Cryo Beast. Weirdly, I like this just because I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that this looks custom. And I'm a really big fan of weapon mod authors making their own stuff. Even though it probably won't appeal to it. Actually, to be honest, that looks like something you'd see the Freestar Collective rocking. It does. It has that vibe on it. Looks like some. It does. It looks like that early kind of the Star Premium have an update. Also, the bar model looks like guns from a game called Valkyrie Chronicles. See, you can tell obviously by looking at it, it's meant to be like the bar, but there's other ones. Whoa! Now you see, how dare you? You see pigs. How dare you? It looks. I will say, weirdly, that kind of it like looks more like the Lee Enfield. Because actually, now I'm wondering. Was the Lee Enfield, would that have been one of the longer rifles in World War II and 1? I know it's quite, I know there's variants of the Lee Enfield, but like it's a very, very long gun. And then obviously like, again, I can't fault Heroic Pie. That, like the finish on that looks fucking amazing. We got new scopes. I may do a review on this, but it will heavily depend on what the mod author hits me up with. Because while yes, it looks cool, I don't think we can. I don't think, given the fact that he originally made a revolver mod that broke the game and went unpatched up until recently, it does. And to be honest, I don't know if like if obviously it takes a long time to make kind of, you know, these weapons, but maybe they heard me when I said we need more LMGs and HMGs, because is it belt fed from the side? That's actually really cool. So you can like use it in space without risk of, you know, imagine Zero G where it just kind of flies into you wouldn't want something flying into your belt. Anyway, let's hop back into the base game. Blissful ignorance. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, someone's crystal moons. All right. Let's build a ship. Probably typically use 3D assets with rights for the purchase and the import tweak. And again, I will say initially I was a bit kind of annoyed with that because I thought and again, this is Crimson admitting fault. I thought that like, well, I thought that it seemed kind of cheapy, you know, kind of it's not your own thing, but I realize now that that is a thing that mod authors do, and it is legitimate and stuff. And you know, I will say that. Obviously, Heroic Pie's done quite a few guns. That one fits the most, in my opinion, into Starfield so far, just looking at it. Let's go to... I want to go to New Atlantis. And I want to... What are we going to do? I'm going to go to New Atlantis just for the memes. Because I actually have Chaos Nerb's other mod on. The space, you don't have to worry about the weight of the fun, those chunky LGs. Yeah, that is true. More for good first new armors, weapons. I like Astra. Rigging is very challenging to get right. It's legal, but if someone did it, the store would be flooded. If, yeah. See, hello, Molly. That's kind of like, that's one of the things about it. Because, like, I'm not, again, like, it's kind of why I put a lot of, when I did my kind of weapon tier list, I kind of put a lot of heroic pie stuff in COD. Not that there was anything wrong with the weapons. The weapons work fine and stuff, and they're implemented very well. It's just more so they don't really fit into it. So, like, it's like, I would like it more if you're going to be kind of, you know, pulling assets and getting assets from other games and stuff. Or not games, necessarily, you know, like 3D assets. You would kind of get ones that fit into the lore, you know? Like, yeah, AKs are cool and pistols are cool, which, you know, but, like, it's Starfield. Like, technically anything could exist, but, like, make it feel right, you know? Let's go do a quick... Also, it was so weird having Sarah as a companion after so long. Like, I was like, holy crap. Dark Side Crimson Anchorage has been hijacked by Rogue. Crimson Anchorage. Infiltration. Pirates have spiked and they're hoarding supplies. Eliminate the cache to disrupt. Alright, we're gonna do that one. We're gonna do kill the pirate cutthroat collection. Experiment neon air quality. AK is different. It's vanilla plus 100 mil have been made. Oh yeah, like there's and to be honest, last thing several uses more gatekeeping. I'll be any mods. Well, I think to be honest, I think that there's levels of gatekeeping that I think are quite good. Hello there, Ace. Like, as I always say, like, regardless of whatever mod review I'm doing or whatever my opinion is, it's always an opinion. People can disagree with me, and that's you know, obviously that's fair. But I do, like, I don't want to see people making paid mod. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thank you very much, Fallen. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. The Platinum mod is very cool. Most people will like me with your video on it. So, but yeah, like I just don't want to see people making, like, you know, like kind of like, okay, I'm gonna make a paid mod because I can and because I can make money, you know? Like, I feel like you should be trying to improve the game, you know? Plus, if you want to make fucking money, like, isn't like, can you make, aren't people making bank these days off of Fortnite? Like, there's companies buying the rights to, there's companies, like, buying the rights to Fortnite maps? I have actually seen that, Raven, and to be honest, that even kind of exists a little bit when it comes to, like, cosplay. Like, one of the funniest things I noticed, which, Malloy, let's start Fortnite Studio tomorrow. Seriously, though, like, was it Gaijin who make War Thunder? They, like, paid, like, several million for a custom map made by, like, a map maker. But with regards to stuff like that, if any of you guys have watched, is it I don't know if it's Mandalorian or Boba Fett. Which one is it? The one where, like, there's a giant kelp monster captain that's, like, he has a ship, and it's, like, kind of a cool ship, and it attacks a city. I think it's Mandalorian. Might be Mandalorian. But fun fact, if you know... Thank you very much, Sean. Thank you very much. Your generosity also knows no bounds. The rules of the bullshit. Mandalorian, thank you. Fun fact, that that Mandalorian didn't miss too much longer. That captain, like that weird kind of creature, he the costume or the puppet for that is actually the originally that puppet was made for Atriox in the Halo Wars to live action where Aatrox and Captain Cutter are trying to sell a car. So that just kind of goes to show how, like, that's completely legal. You'll also see, like, I've seen instances of, it was like a really kind of generic sci-fi, and they were using Halo helmets, but they were wearing them backwards. And again, that's completely legal, because like when you make these props for TV shows, like you can usually, you know, they'll sell them on or keep them for the prop company. I just thought that was funny, because when I watched that Mandalorian, I was like, why does that guy look familiar? And I was like, holy shit, that's Atriox, just with made of thankfully aborted Western blade. Yeah, that's what I mean. A lot of the time you'll have reuse. If we're talking about improving the game, modders need to stop putting quest starts, New Atlantis start. So you're always going to get people like that, because I think a lot of the time, and again, modders are under no obligation to look at what other modders are doing, but I think they really should. Like a great example is like, and again, not trying to fire shots at anyone, but Cookie Morph made their chunks mod first, and it was in that location. There was one location in Hopetown. Hello, LeBron. Cookie Morph made the location for the chunks in Hopetown. And then Milk Artist came along with a mod that also used the same location. Now, again, I do think part of it should be down to kind of Bethesda, in that if you're doing a paid mod, Bethesda should at the very least kind of like have a basic idea of, you know, like where items are going to be, you know, to prevent confliction. But yeah, and again, not like technically mod authors don't have to do anything, you know, but it would look, you know, like Cookie Morph was there first, and someone made a patch which fixed it. Oh shit, fuck. Someone made a patch that obviously fixed it, but it made both of the mods not achievement friendly. They had Halo arms on backwards, so they... Well, no, that was the whole thing. Yeah, like, because they were... I can't remember what it was, but they were supposed to be, like, super soldiers of some regret? But yeah, they basically... Because you could tell it was a Halo, because it's like that, you know, like the Master Chief Halo 4 helmet. And it looked really, really funky. On RimWorld, the game manager says what works and what doesn't together. And, like, I'm pretty sure... is it Mod Organizer? No, Loot will do that too, but again, there's so many things Bethesda could do, and I feel like I need to stop being like, you should do this, you should do that, because like ultimately they'll do what they want to do. But like, it wouldn't be that hard for them to implement some sort of like a load order, like kind of sorting system where it could look and see, you know, like what mods are referencing the same assets or the same locations and stuff. This gun is very nice. They should sell in-game property and buildings. Oh, can you fucking imagine? Oh my god. Can you imagine? Game sound is dead. Oh shit. For fuck's sake, what did I do? How about now? It needs to be more. What did I do? Let me fix it. How are we doing now? Pretty good too. Yeah, exactly. Like if cells are overridden. Oh, loot isn't perfect. It's low. Hey, what's going on here? Can we get a, can we get a general consensus? Let me do a quick. How do I do a poll? Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Okay, hold on now. Give me a second. All right, there's a poll. Let me know. That's the red. My experience is something like my experience pretty bad. I often think about the guy who created Second Life and ended up losing his mind, money. What is Second? Have you got? I did the UC weapon pack. Very cool. Needs a bit of work though. The waiver mod that enhances the red mile. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised that a mod author hasn't. I suppose the reason a mod author hasn't taken it upon themselves is probably because if they didn't do it justice, they would, you know, it would be a bit. But there's a few out there that could definitely take it and kind of turn it into something more interesting. Prototype equipment. Your voice is loud, but the game is quiet. Is that because? Is the game quiet? What's going on here? How do I... Hello? How do I see my poll? Alright, we're gonna end the poll. What was the winner? You get it? Okay. That's just because he's Irish. That's fair. I do want to adjust it because it is... Alright, hold on. Now give me a second. Let's go to Gimbal Audio Properties. Properties, no. Filters. Again. Increase it. Okay. Alright, how are we now? How are we doing now? We're gonna talk to someone and your ears are gonna be blown off. Stream sounds have been cracked low. We viewers just I feel sorry for anybody that goes to watch some other content. Majority. Oh god, game sounds much louder now. Alright, I want a little hidden town. Well, to be fair, Milk Artist's most recent mod, what was I supposed to do? Milk Artist's most recent mod does a decent job of that, to be honest. What the fuck is this? Did you just destroy it? Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, that's kind of cool. Nice. Professional. What was that? Oh, it's an impact driver. I hear footsteps and credits. Lore friendly mods like Falkland. A reward should be the torch personally. I personally prefer the... Oh, is it overshadowing my voice currently? I need to talk to someone just to see. Alright, let's really quickly fast travel to... Hello, Nick. How goes it? It's perfect now. Nice. Okay. Right, let me just really quickly go to... Where are we building? Let's build a ship in Hopetown while I ramble. I just want to make sure, because I'm pretty sure, like, I lowered some of the sounds. See, that's what OBS is a nightmare for that sort of stuff, because you have like your scenes and it's like, oh, you can have like different scenes, but for whatever reason, like, they share audio. So like, let's say for instance, if I go to play a different game, like, more than likely the reason the audio is all over the place was because I've been recording some Grounded with TJ, and I had to crank the audio on Grounded because the audio is all over the place, and then you have to go back and it's just a nightmare. There's probably easier ways, but that's the first world problems, am I right? Ship, damn right, we're doing some shipbuilding. Bum bum. We upgraded our internet. Our internet went from 150 megabytes up, 20 down, to 1,000 up, 100 down. The down was the big one for me because it allows me to upload longer videos easier. Because, you know, there's sometimes, occasionally, I tend to upload videos over like an hour long. And it's just... Why did you say that so sarcastically?
I don't want to hear any complaints.
Excuse me. Always something going on around. Hello.
See, I think I'm in a position where I think people tell me I love the sound of my own voice, but not just because I talk a lot. I mean, I will say I have gotten over the awkwardness of hearing myself. I feel like, you know, once you start re-listening to yourself back, if you liked it, made it part of canon. So, alright, sorry, I was looking at what you were saying, Raffin. And so a bunch of people with shared love, Korea and Disney came along. No, Star Wars became massive, intricate. The idea pitched the groundwork on those no idea to add. Oh, I see what you mean. And to be honest, like I think you did you say something there? Okay, you said a reward for full endorsement. I do agree. I that's something that honestly I thought with the whole paid mod system that like if paid mod authors like were consistently putting out bangers or they were doing like really good content, that like Bethesda would reward them by putting the mod in the game or so implementing the mod, making it vanilla, and then like giving them it doesn't affect me, Fallen, thankfully, and like just giving them a chunk of change, you know. Like, because there's some awesome mods out there that honestly need to be vanilla. Now that my ESO is subscribed, I can spend more time in Starfield. Oh god, fair. Let me do the art of merging. Hell yeah. Alright, let's build a ship. I like ships. Talk more than I do streaming, but I just started streaming. Yeah, like it takes time to kind of get used to it, but that's one of my one positive is I like talking up my arse. What am I looking? No, I'm not looking there. Skyrim is so much smaller, but people build their own dungeons, people build everything on Jameson. Well, there's nothing new there, Paul. Like in Fallout New Vegas, everyone and their mother loves to put things in Doc Mitchell's house. In Fallout 4, people love putting their stuff in that what is it? The cellar, root cellar. See reviews in the new Crime Master. I will be doing a review. Do not worry. Hello there, Tenebro. Weekly schedule is usually Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Friday and Saturday. And I'm probably gonna do Tuesday Starfield streams for the foreseeable future, just because it's a lot easier because I get to talk about stuff relating to not me, I use the castle. But you made mods, Ace.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, she not. You know, you ever like look at something that you did in the past and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking? I definitely thought I liked this ship when I built it, but what the fuck was I thinking? What were you disappointed with about it, Felspawn? I'm saying spread out your content. Yeah, like 100% spread out your content, and there's certain areas don't touch. Like, if I see you put something in fucking Laredo Arms, that's Bub's territory. Leave the fuck alone. Yeah, I have a review coming out of 3 mods that are kind of cool. It's all by the same mod author. I just wanted to kind of encompass them, but they're kind of simple-ish mods. One is you can press a button to hotkey so you can see your watch. And what's really cool about it is your HUD isn't there, your compass isn't there until you pop up the watch, and you can set how long the compass or the compass stays for. And I'm really hoping the mod author sees the review, because currently when you're not looking at your watch, it still shows your weapon, your health bar and your ammo bar. I really wish the mod author would make it so that you see nothing unless you look at your compass, because like I don't know if you guys remember some of the more prominent Fallout 4 UI mods where you could kind of tweak them so that they never showed up. They only showed up if you looked at your Pip-Boy or you pulled out your weapon. And I love stuff like that for immersion. I haven't thought about a schedule yet. Just depends on how I feel. And that's honestly, well, like, schedule can help. It can definitely, one of the things is it can help with like people coming back, because like there is a lot of times where, like, I remember when I was first doing my streams, like now I'm kind of lucky where I've like people know I stream the Friday and the Saturday. But it would help to, even if you can like confirm one day a week of this is the time I'll be streaming, just because it makes it easier. That's like a 5'9" linebacker. What you did? My ship? I mean, valid, but fair. Let me see what ships
sure
you
you
got
find
for
something you
sale,
like.
man without a face. It'll be based on an STO. Wait. What was that white ship? I can show you in a second. The Babylon. Oh dear lord, the space truck is fucking huge. Yeah, let's modify that. That is the modified Frontier I made. Here are my ships currently. I don't have too many. It's my wannabe pod racer, my Dragonfly, my Xenophage. That's probably my most proudest ship currently. Optimus Prime. My Mako. I will say is I seen your more recent ship and it looked very, very cool. There's my turtle. What's going on with this? Why does it look like that? Can I even fly that? Alright, I'm assuming I uninstalled a mod. Probably uninstalled a mod. Oh yeah, this is the Goliath that, Chaos Nurb, if you want some help with shipbuilding, I can help you. Not saying your ship is ugly, but... well, it's certainly a looker. Alright, let's... where did I buy my new ship? Yeah, let's go modify. Excuse me, I'm going to modify my vessel.
Okay, no problem.
Alright. I didn't realize that there was there was a ship that actually made use of these pieces. Interesting, to say the least. Ship. I think one of the first things with these ships were, I really wish they had a. Really wish the whatchamacallit Stroud had like a version of this, like a frontal. Do we want to? What are you on Xbox, Balding? I've never had that issue, but obviously not all issues are going to be transparent. That's a very, I will say that's a very weird bug. You've no mods? Do you have any mods that would like affect stuff like that? Yeah, size can mess with the ships. I got all the mods. Fair. Yeah. Is it a mod problem? Well, it might be. I've got about 100 mods. I've got so many mods, the game doesn't even know what it's called. Today on Modfield, I mean Starfield. I kind of want to extend this out a bit. We need... How do you delete all your mods in creation? Do you just uninstall the game? No, there's an option to... I did it accidentally. When you go to the mod section, if you're on controller, you press the 3 lines, and it will bring up, I think it's just options, and you could disable mods, delete all mods, enable mods, update mods from that menu. Let me see. Grab drive. I wonder, I seen another, and there was another mod author. There was another mod author who had mods that that have been pulled from the game. Was it Lazy Panda, I believe? For some reason their mods were and again, I don't know the reason. I didn't even know Lazy... Oh, I do. Somebody mentioned that to me, and I'm drawing a blank now, but I think... I didn't know Lazy Panda had paid mods, though. To be honest with you. I know you have a section lift building, but seeing tree long deck staggers is cool. Well, no, I'm planning on keeping them kind of extended like that. Trying to determine how to connect it. I do wonder if Bethesda are going to actually do anything regarding the, if they're going to do anything regarding the issue with the, you know, with like the paid mods. I'm a sucker for the... Me too, me too. I like ships with multiple decks. You need to go that way, you need to go that way. Hello there, Nikki. How goes it? Welcome. Mariner's room from Waterworld Still Dream. Mariner's room? What's the Mariner's room? That sounds like something I should know. Oh, I know the movie, but I'm just wondering what the Mariners... Is that the ship? Oh, I think my dog just farted. Ship's missing a reactor to grav drive. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm a professional. I'll figure it out. All good? The $10 ship. No, he's talking about everyone. All good, Nikki? All good? Hopefully, it won't be too difficult. Everyone's favorite game. So, how am I going to... Because I like how this is looking. My big problem is trying to make it kind of fit better. I'm thinking like, see, we could do some like fancy footwork. The giant fan at the back. In case wrong. So what we could do is we could use these pieces and put them there. Put them there. Then, Crimson, you are a genius. Looks like a turtle. The fuck sort of turtle? Why is it triggered the turtle? I don't see the new zone. I have Wookie. It looks very good. I will be doing a review of it at some point. Probably Friday. Come out. It does look very good though. Right. A meth turtle. Salty shell. More like a manta ray. Ooh, I could get behind that. I did want to, after watching the documentary on manta ray, I kind of wanted to make one. But like, just given how they are, it would be very, very tricky. It's a battle oh, yeah, I see that actually. Just trying to smooth out some of the curves for the moment. Why am I singing Jurassic Park? Nope. Just optimize the loader. That's a bit of a loaded question. Do we want to? Generally speaking, I would recommend. And oh, where did that go? What the hell? You know, anything like that you don't want to. The lower down to the bottom, the more priority a mod takes. Like mods on the very bottom have the highest priority. All right, Baldy, have a good one. I will be covering it. Oh, what the hell? Oh, all right, that's... See, we've lost some of our shape by doing that. I don't know if we should. We're gonna keep shape. And then we go to abs? No. Here. That's going to be problematic. I usually try to drop. Go for a stack corner piece diagonally. Parts. Yeah, I wish there was more pieces so that we could. Don't know if I'll be able to do this now. Because what I was going to do is I was going to use, because I know we've got these bays, like have ladders, and like that goes there, and that kind of, you know, that fills that niche. Niche? Leave here, there was someone made a giant model of the Babylon. Oh, that's pretty cool. I seen the baby battle stuff. All right, don't worry, professional here. Oh no, the fuck? And then now we can use these side ones. Liberal landing bay. There. Another one. Hello, Owl. How goes it? Another one. Really wish a lot of these mod authors who make the like landing gear stuff would work together. Maybe all in one guy, because there's some pretty nice stuff. Oh no, not you. You. All right, so we're slowly cooking, as they say. I like having like a door. It is back. I am glad it's back. It was missed. We Starshipper's discount tire. We got landing gear, just gears. You need some gears? We got gears, barely used. Oh, that's gonna say. I played Battlefield, and I will say initially I was kind of like, but it's kind of, well, the fact that it's not currently active is kind of making me a bit angsty because I want to play more of it. I think they did a good job. I just think the maps weren't good. Well, they wanted to kind of highlight the smaller maps, and I kind of get it because they're obviously trying to draw in more support. But it's definitely like I think that they've made some strides, you know. I still think the helicopter, what the fuck were they on? How have you found it, Mark? Apparently I've seen some of the leaks of the weapons and stuff that are going to be in it. I think my only concern is I realize as a business they're you know, like they want more people, like they want way more people, so they're going to cater to the COD, you know, community, because there's a lot of COD players, you know. There's always been 2 hours because working Cairo is a good map. I feel like, see, one of my things with it is I really liked Grand Operations in Battlefield 1, and Battlefield have kind of failed to harness that since. And Breakthrough kind of does it, but the maps, they're all going to be smaller. Yeah, the shotgun's very fucking powerful. Which is funny, because, like, Battlefield shotguns are usually... Like, I remember when I'm going from, like, COD to Battlefield 3, I'm like, holy shit, this shotgun has range. If I hit someone outside of, like, 10 feet, they take damage. What the fuck is this? The Reviver just... Oh, nice, the M39. I'm excited to try more of the, See, here's the thing, right? So, Battlefield 3, the assaults... Or no, Engineer had access to the carbine. That was the Engineer shtick, was they had a carbine. And then every class could use SMGs, shotguns, right? And then, did they change it in Battlefield 4? Because I remember Battlefield 4 added the DMR, and everyone could use the DMR. I just don't like that, like... Because I like the closed class system, I'm going to be honest with you. I think if you're... Like, Battlefield doesn't... I know people probably prefer the whole, like, being able to choose whatever weapons. I don't like it. Oh, the pulling while reviving is awesome. But with Battlefield 6, they opted to give the Engineer an SMG. And I'm kind of like, that's a bit annoying, because, like, I kind of would have preferred because I'm going to be honest with you, I think the support is awesome. I feel like they're making a mistake having open and closed. Yes, they are, Recon. Like, they realize that open class is going to cater more to newer players, especially those Call of Duty players. But closed class is Battlefield. That's always how it's been. And, like, I see, I know that support in the OG Battlefields, I think, always had an LMG. But I just don't like the LMG as a support player, because when I'm focusing on reses, a lot of the time I would rather have an SMG, something I can quickly swap to when I'm not running around with my thing out. You know, and by thing, I don't mean my penis. But I think it'll grow on me, because I do like... See, I don't know, would it have been so hard for them to have 5 classes and make it so support was its own class with, like, LMGs... like mortars and stuff like that? I think it easily is going to outsell, honestly. But then COD doesn't care. Like, COD is its own thing. Did PayPal ban Steam? I don't think so. I know there was some stuff with PayPal and Steam. They've been going back and forth where PayPal has been saying one thing. COD's not even trying. They're not, but the laughable thing, right, is COD won't try and it will still get sales. Like, COD and FIFA are literally those sort of games where people will buy them. Like, I always like to think that, like, and don't take this the wrong way, because I play COD, but there's a type of gamer that's not your standard gamer necessarily, right? Hello, Don. They'll come home from their 9 to 5, you know, out working or whatever, and they'll turn on COD and they'll play with their mates. You know, what do you mean, why is there no sound? Dong, there is sound, what the fuck? Which is great, but expands and exits both. Play COD or Zombies. Zombies, COD, I will say DMZ had me. It had a hold on me. But yeah, and I feel like it's the same with like the kind of the FIFA players and stuff. Games like FIFA. Casuals, that's probably, I suppose that's probably more, yeah. Now, I then though, some of them fucking grind that shit. But yeah, because I that will always kind of be the main thing with, you know, with COD, is they're always going to sell. I remember there was a point in time when I played a lot of the DMZ in Modern Warfare 2. And when they started doing the skins and stuff, like, I remember me and TJ, we were like, just give us, like, Milsim skins. Like, I just want Milsim skins. And Nicki Minaj came out. And the fucking Ninja Turtles. Oh, COD has gone with skins as well. And I don't blame them, to be honest. Like, I think, though, that something that a lot of games design or game companies are doing these days is they're trying to reinvent the wheel of what made them popular in order to gain more people, and I personally don't like that. Like, I don't mind, you know, COD or Battlefield making it easier to kind of get into it, but I'm gonna be honest with you, when I hopped in my helicopter and it said that I could press LB and RB to, like, have, like, flight assist, no. The only way you get good at flying a fucking helicopter is sending that thing into the ground on takeoff at least 100 times. Like, they did that with, that was kind of probably one of the reasons I didn't play much 2042 at launch, was because of how arcadey they made the air vehicles, you know? Like, you see clips of people. Well, it's just, yeah, it is, and to be honest, like, product placement or like working together. But hold on, the recent Starfield got like 30 mods installed. Ooh. Kyle, by this point, most of them should be updated by now. I say most of them. I wish there was a massive lift for accessing Habs placed really high. Really annoying to have to stack one by ones. There is mods that add that dead drop. There's a couple of mods out there that do it. You to add something addictive like tobacco. Well, Tenebro, they had a fucking Snoop Dogg skin where the gun was, I'm pretty sure you could literally, like, blow smoke from the gun. Which is kind of like, what the fuck? But yeah, like, I tried the, oh my god, the IFV in fucking Battlefield 6. So fucking good. And it should be, because its whole point is literally to fight infantry. The tank needs a little bit of work. I've seen people saying that the tank's splash damage wasn't as good. But my experience, GT Online, pretty sure. Yeah. And again, GT Online perfectly fine because that sort of game. Battlefield, weirdly, when I played Battlefield 3, which was kind of the pinnacle for me, like, they had weight to them. Like, one of the things I used to love doing, and like, say like you're flying high, right? And you get that lock on, you just literally, like, hold left trigger, the engine will basically cut, and you drop like a fucking, like a rock. And it allows you to basically, like, you know, you can drop almost immediately, because helicopters are big. When the rotor stops spinning, that thing, there's no aerodynamics in a helicopter. If it's not spinning, it's not winning. Ghost Recon Wildlands was an awesome. I didn't like how the helicopter were in that game too, to be fair. Like, although they operate in a kind of a similar system to kind of like Far Cry to an extent. But the gunplay is quite good. There is a lot of people that, like, you can tell the Battlefield player, because Battlefield always had an issue of the people going recon for snipers because they think snipers are god tier, and then you had people who basically would not revive and shouldn't really have splash damage. Well, that's the thing, is they yeah, stay with your squad 100%. Tanks, exactly. Tanks and infantry, like, that's the one thing. It's like, if you see a tank that looks like it's on its own in your infantry, stick with it. Because you can cover that tank, and in return, there is... I didn't realize until like a couple of hours into the tank dong that you can swap between a armor piercing and high explosive. The high explosive still doesn't have very much splash damage. The only other thing, and I didn't test too much of it, but like I was driving a tank, and I'm pretty sure I was on like 80% health, and someone shot an RPG in my ass and one-shot me. So I don't know if that's... I see a lot of clips of... Because I know the RPG used to always one-shot helicopters, which I always found funny. Because I would have much rather... Was it in Battlefield 3? Where like... the heli getting disabled, it would start to spin and spiral. Want to stop by, have to catch another stream, your favorite Starfield channel. Glad you enjoy, Kyle. Glad you enjoy. Nice to know, what is that? That makes, we're up to like 12 Starfield players now. Events even hit your chat. Oh yeah, no, and to be fair, like, tanks usually with the RPG was always one hit, if not guided. No, but it always one hit, but I vaguely remember, like, in helis, when you got disabled, it would do the kind of the Black Hawk Down sort of thing, where you had to try and stabilize it. Breakpoint threw me for a loop. Yeah, it was a weird one. Apparently, Breakpoint in itself, though, like, in its own little world, wasn't a bad one. It was quite an interesting game. Yeah, I used to like that, because like, oh, don't worry, guys, I got this. Your entire team just bails from the transport heli, like, we don't trust him, as I land safely. I just want to see bigger maps, because I feel like that's when, like, in seeing, like, the only maps I seen that had the tanks was, obviously it was, the one map? 13, dang it, quit forgetting me. Arma 3, I've always wanted to try Arma, it looks awesome. There is a new map. Only thing is, it's the Brooklyn map, which is very small. Oh, is there going to be a big map? Oh, they're doing... Yeah, okay. Well, that's the thing is, like, on smaller maps, which is what I played on, the only really map that had multiple, like, tanks are meant to fight other, other armored vehicles, like tanks. Like, generally, like, you're in a tank, your job is to take out enemy tanks, enemy IFVs, enemy AAA vehicles. What's your friend stream? Arma Star? I will say, some of those mods are fucking insane. Like, it's so cool what they're able to do with them. Like, I seen a Halo one, and I'm like, this looks honestly so fucking cool. Landing bay. Don't tell me what to do. But I will say it's nice. We've got Battlefield coming out, which I am obviously very hyped to play. I'll be getting that. I'm still very hyped about Arc Raiders. Because yeah, Halo not jumping and more milsim. Well, actually, saying that, there was a teaser for a Halo ODST collab with Helldivers, which I will definitely be doing some Helldivers content, because I really enjoyed Helldivers. I've streamed it before. I just don't like playing games on Steam. As weird as that sounds, I prefer playing them on my Xbox. It's weird not seeing the achievements pop up. But again, Halo had the opportunity. Number 3, also a lot of servers out mods. Yeah, because the thing too, though, is like you're saying, like, it's a hard game to learn, but I feel like it's too far gone. Armor Forger looks like a good one, or a goodish one. Maybe. Armor Forger looks like a good game to get into. What am I need to do? I need to... Yeah, damn. Sneeze so hard my voice went. Hell is those. Ooh. Like, there's some good games coming out. Immerse collectively. All we need to top it all off is some goddamn ship parts. Give us our ship parts, Bethesda, please. We just want some damn ship parts. Doesn't make it a bit for crew members. You know how nice it'd be if NPCs actually want our ownership. That is something that I do hope they will focus on, Dead. The fact that they're focusing on, like, ship-related content at all, like, has me very interested in seeing them do, more stuff like that. Ship parts are damn right. No, don't say that. I want my ship parts. Todd, please, just give us the ship parts. That's all we want. And some content. Be nice. Like Elder Scrolls 6 or ship parts? You know what answer, Todd. That's a stupid question. Heli crashes in the comments about how many there were when I'm back to Battlefield 4 trailer. That's accurate. Oh, yeah. Like, heli is like one of those things where, like, people jump in it and, like, yeah. Like, I was actually kind of surprised because, like, I got in a game and, it was a fight for the heli, but about halfway through, people stopped fighting because the controls are so god-awful. Like, they need to implement the Battlefield 3 controls where the controller or the triggers are your accelerator and your deaccelerator, stuff like that. I think Starfield won't be at Gamescom. I'm going to be honest with you, who are you hearing this from? Because it could be credible, it might not be credible. Personally, I would like them to be there, because if they're not there, I'm going to be the big sad. But they weren't there last time. Oh, no, they were there last time. At least, yeah, he's damn right. It's like, I'm the best heli pilot this side of the Mississippi. 150 confirmed flights. It's like, nice. How many have you landed? Well, that depends on your definition of landing. I came back 150 times. The heli didn't. Glad they didn't memify. Yeah. It took Battlefield BG 6 years to give us pets. Oh, God, don't say that. Last time. Yeah, exactly. So, like, and again, I'm assuming we will get, like, that was my kind of hope, was that we were going to get, information on the new expansion in Gamescom. If it's going to be coming out this year, or if we're going to be getting any actually, see, I don't know now, because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of getting in my head a bit. Realistically, if the expansion is coming out this year, we will see it at Gamescom, because Gamescom would be the last line before it coming out. But if it's not coming out this year, we're probably not going to get anything at Gamescom, because if it's just, I don't know, if it's just like a minor update, well, it better not be fucking a minor update. Give me the pipes. The fucking pipes. Give me the pipes. Thank you. Assassin's Creed Rebels, no DLC this year. Yeah, see, I honestly don't know how true that is, because the only source I seen of referencing that was the guys that broke the story about Oblivion Remaster, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Buzz. Me granny, who's been in the grave for a few years now, knew ESO 6 was, or Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster was coming in the year. Because it's kind of like, remember those, like, YouTube channels where, like, you'll see, like, videos where they'll just put out, like, a random video of, like, I predicted this, I predicted that. It's like the saying, a broken clock is right twice a day. Oh, they did military time, so the clock's only right. Can you get a 24-hour circular clock? I suppose you could. The sources Starfield release guaranteed next year, and likely only a major update this year. Sources, trust me, bro. Like, the one I seen, they didn't mention anything about a major update this year, but I'm gonna be honest with you, like, we need a major update. Like, Bethesda, I hopefully realizes that an update is needed. They can't just kind of, you know, not have an update. It's like, we need our content, Bethesda. What do you expect me to do for the rest of the year? Just stream me building ships? The audacity.
Battlefield 6 with the skins they take, Battlefield Pride Pro 3 uniforms, different countries.
Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure you can play as, you're going to be able to unlock multiple skins. Because, the Bethesda Eric Gamescom, definitely. Now, Starfield, I don't know. Because I did see, in one of the, I seen leaks of it, and one of the concept, because the way I can always tell the British soldiers is, the British soldiers have, like, really long, not long helmets, but, like, American soldiers, you know, usually their helmets, like, kind of, like, cut out around the ears, where British soldiers, they have, like, it's like a dome. And, like, it usually has, like, the, what is it called? The netting over it. And I seen a clip. Now, in the game, when I was playing, I did notice one of the characters I was playing, when they were doing call-outs, they were British. I do hope we can customize to an extent, because it would be cool, considering there's leaks of there's British soldiers, there's obviously American soldiers. I want to say it was either South Africans, but is South Africa part of NATO? I don't think it is. Maybe it is. But there was some group from NATO that had desert pattern armor, and I want to say it was, I don't think it was an African country. I know South Africa is in Africa, but I don't think it was Spain. You're buying time for your Nana's lifesaver. Oh god. Do you think they're wanting to cook more? Well, I think that there's elements of Shattered Space that they desperately need to improve upon. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't really have an issue with, like, Shattered Space, aside from the ship parts, and aside from how it ended. I think it ended kind of shit. But I don't have, like, a problem. I don't, like, have a problem with it necessarily. But I do think that they could be cooking, as they say in the business. But, you know, you don't want to cook it too much. I have to, if they're trying to get... Yeah, no, they're going to need some... Well, I'm not... But customization, I don't even like... I just think, like, different military groups. I think Battlefield's making a sick Firestorm. I think it would be better off a looter shooter version of their Tarkov. And yeah, I'm kind of surprised they... Like, Battlefield DMZ would have been, like, way cooler, personally, in my opinion. I don't think Shattered Space was terrible. Now, that being said, there's obviously some stuff better. That's fair. Better over undercooked. Wait, better than... Oh, okay. I thought you said better undercooked than getting food poisoning. Hello, Just. Hello, Gray. I'm not too enthusiastic about new content if the rumors about being Starborn based thought main storyline. Well, that's my... You enjoyed the Crimson Fleet? I enjoyed the Crimson Fleet, actually, but I was really saddened that you couldn't convince the... You couldn't... basically, you couldn't convince all those, like... all the higher-ups to, like, not turn on you. I did do a review of Wildcard, and it worked perfectly for me. So I'll have that out soon. There's no chunky Androsia dialogue. That was a bug, though, which is annoying. Really annoying. See, I do think that, like, with Shattered Space, or not Shattered Space, sorry, with... Oh, yeah. So with the Starborn stuff, I think that an expansion could help, like, explain some of the storyline. Now, obviously, there always is the possibility that it could just be, you know, more convoluted. Now, I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm really hoping that Bethesda is, like, out here, you know, cooking. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Open world Shattered Space is too repetitive. Same instance. Oh, I disagree, Muncher. I really enjoyed how Shattered Space was all open world and stuff. It felt more akin to an original... It's fucking good looking. I think it felt more akin to like Bethesda's original kind of like, you think Elder Scrolls and stuff. See, I think the biggest validity to like it, like people saying it wasn't worth it, I think it's like, if you imagine, right, imagine Fallout 4, right? And the first expansion we get with Fallout 4 would have been Nuka World, right? I mean, Nuka World was cool, but obviously it was kind of looked down upon slightly purely because it made you have to go a specific way. And Shattered Space kind of did that too. That's the thing is with expansions, and I feel like generally with expansions, Bethesda's expansions are done best when you as the character have multiple ways you can do things. Like Shattered Space kind of forcing you to essentially be, you know, like a House Faroon. There was no alternative to not being House Faroon. Yes, you could play it while not being House Faroon, but like nothing really came from it. No, Nuka Roll was good, but if you're like a goody two-shoes like me, there should have been a way to basically take over the park and bring Pest and Garvey in, you know? The Vault DLC was just a workshop DLC. Like, it is what it is. It wasn't, you know, it didn't do anything groundbreaking, but it added some new stuff. That's what I mean, exactly. If you're a fan of Faroon, it's awesome. If you're not, it's not. And I enjoyed it the first time because I will be honest with you, those dialogue options were fucking sick. Really fucking cool. But I think you should have had the option to basically, like, convince Faroon to kind of, you know, kind of go a different path. And not be so questionable.
Enjoy this main DLC, standing in the back corner. Starborn could reveal ancient race, long dead. He's the most amazing kid we can't remember. How does he merge components like that? Some says he gets angry.
Almost served. No. Almost served. That sounds like fucking UC propaganda, and I'm all about that.
Take another Nuke World expansion over the settlement DLCs.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, LeBron. I feel like if Starfield could really much benefit from some of those workshop DLCs to make the shipbuilding, like, that's how they should have done it. Like, those Wasteland workshops should have been just copied exactly how they were. But made them in Starfield, and they would bounce between either being an outpost builder sort of thing or a shipbuilder thing. See, I kind of hope that Bethesda don't show us too much with the creators. Like, there we go. That's what I do. Because I think it's never going to live up to expectation, no matter what way they go about doing it. And I would much rather see them just kind of tease things than be like, yes, look, hello, there we go. What happened there? Rather than be like, yeah, this is how we're doing it, boys. The Unity, it was made by giant fucking mole rats. That's how it was. They just, yeah. Automatron and again, I'm honestly surprised Automatron isn't a thing. I know that if you're interested in getting an Automatron-like thing out of the way, I would recommend harassing nicely. Hello there, hello there, Michael. I would recommend very nicely harassing Korodic, because Korodic made the original. He made a free mod that allows you to basically turn Vasco, and I think that he talked to me about, like, he would kind of like to do Automatron if Bethesda wouldn't do it, and it seems like they're probably not going to do it. In your playthrough, I think cool way to handle is being able to break news for her family. Yeah, do we even get to meet her family? Because see, that's the thing that is very confusing is, and again, I suppose it's the thing about House Faroon is you're kind of, everything is hearsay with House Faroon. Like, Andreja talks about how, like, they're one thing, and then the people talk about their other thing. I really did like how House Faroon were kind of set up kind of Morrowind style with the kind of the houses, the great houses of Morrowind. I thought that was really, really cool.
Ba, ba, ba. Oh, but someone was saying the reason we don't is because she might be dead in the game before you get to the DLC. Someone's saying the reason either it has a pain or loss. Graphics made by Amisensical. Service, but it just works. Fucking Todd Howard. Oh, you did Todd Howard backwards. I was like, what the fuck? No, I wasn't. I apologize, I wasn't. We have one DLC. What about a second DLC? Tell where it's future humans. See, I don't like when they do that trope of like it being future humans, but I understand why they do it. Can somebody make this piece, please, without the tubes? Please? Put a little snap point there. Have too much to ask for. Called consequence. What's the player's problem? What did... 4 companions in the game. They're probably that can be dead by the time the player comes around. Starfield, especially since there are no aliens. See, I think at some point they will kind of touch base with some aliens. But welcome back, Tenebro. We were missed. But I think with aliens they would have to pull it off. You know, pull it off well. Genetic evolution can happen. Well, can you imagine if like see, I one of the things that like Stellaris does, right, is when you play Stellaris, is like there's basically like different precursor like activities. So when you like start the game, you kind of like you've got like a kind of a main quest that you're doing as you're playing through the game. Or not main quest, like kind of like a side quest to learn about stuff. And like imagine if there was like precursor stuff, like if there was like stuff out there, right, that wasn't Unity like creations. It was like another race created it. But like imagine like some sort of facility where like it's like a imagine I don't know, like there's an ancient race that made they were masters of genetic manipulation, and a human, like a lost human colony found it, entered it, set up base thinking it was chill, and then they got like their whole body was like basically transformed into like this weird amalgamation, and you come across them and you like think they're aliens, but they're not actually aliens, they're humans that just kind of, you know, he's a fish I forgot which one, but compared to 1960s, they've decreased in size a lot. Due to bigger ones being fished out. Fucking humans and they're fishing. We always gotta, you know, ruin everything. Don't want a full colony buildings. Yeah, like that's what I said before. I think I was saying last week's stream that if Bethesda was going to go the route of doing these, and so the Vortex Horrors, yeah, something like that, basically, yeah, like just anything like that. And I want to see more types of life forms, like rock-based life forms. Like are we silicone? We're carbon-based, right? And then there's water-based. I thought we were water-based. Because Earth not a water world? I always assumed Earth was a water world, but apparently it's not a water world. Even though, like, isn't, like, 60, 70, what is it, like 60, 70% of the globe water? Ooh, I'll have to check that out, because it does look cool. Need living planets. Oh my god, living planets would be fucking cool. Like, stuff like that would be insane. Like, that's kind of what I'm hoping they'll eventually do with the whole Super Cruise. Like, I know it's not going to be, well, I don't know. Would it be realistic? I mean, Stellaris does it where you have, like, space creatures like the space whales and space amiibos. A lot of planets have water we can't explore. We're not considered a water world because of how much life counts. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Even fish suck it. Yeah, fucking fish. Fucking idiots. Imagine not having to breathe oxygen. Fucking morons. But yeah, the, like, imagine coming across, like, basically Xenos in space. Like, giant creatures. Protomolecule arrows. Oh god, no, 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 no. We don't have... Well, actually, we could probably use starboard technology to basically tell it to go fuck itself. Greetings, the protomolecule. Get fucked. Mm-hmm. Fish breathe oxygen. Alright, I knew that. I definitely knew that. Starfield lacks emotional stakes. You don't find the article, nothing happens. Well, I think, realistically, opting to not find the artifact is probably the best option because you get to just, you know, you get to enjoy life. You choose the option. You just see. I realize why they do it, but I honestly kind of wish that every time like an expansion came out, the expansion would actually overhaul the base game so that it wasn't self-contained. But I do realize that there's a reason they do that, so that, you know, if people don't have access to the DLC, that's kind of why I was always a big fan of games like Destiny, where like every time a big update would happen, things would change. Like it was really cool seeing like the Fallen come to the tower and then the Cabal just kind of vibing at the tower. The railgun. Actually, no, we're gonna do all particles because I'm feeling particle. They need to fix the goddamn... this like snapping issue. How did they... I wish I knew enough about like... I wish I knew enough about like game development to like understand what they did that caused it to be so wrong. No. Oh, fuck. No, come here. Yeah. I just want to share space treatment onto all major... I would love that. Now, whether or not they do it, no fucking idea, but it would be very, very, very cool to see them do that. Proper... well, the fact that like Shattered Space was like kind of setting up for the next Great Crusade and then nothing ever really came from it, and I realized they were never going to do, because that would like be its own thing. But like, I don't know, I don't think Bethesda have ever gone this route before, but imagine if like Bethesda was to go the route of having sequels to their DLCs, which they added more food. Hey, you've got chunks. That's some of the best food in the planet. Like, imagine Shattered Space 2. Or even just, like, imagine, like, a DLC that, like, not necessarily ends on a cliffhanger, because I fucking despise shit like that. But, like, more so, like, imagine it, like, you know, there's, like, a part 2 at some point.
Hunter mentioned he lived on Earth. Be interested to see different eras. That's what I mean. And, like, are we still even doing this 10-year plan, Bethesda? Because I, for one, would like a 10-year plan. I think most people would. Like, there's nothing I'd like more, like, waking up every day and realizing, oh, the Bethesda, you know, they're still working on Starfield. I think I took game AI in college. Our college, you went to yeah, it's just, there's just too much going on. You're like, the fuck is this? Give older DLCs to players. See, that, again, I agree 100%. Like, I've always been in that kind of mentality that, like, with any game, even, like, with MMOs and stuff, like, after a year of, like, you know, DLC being out, should drop in price. Well, Skyrim doesn't have a big player base, X, but, like, Bethesda have kind of moved on from, you know, from, like, essentially making it work. No turrets. Thinking more of a brand of the factions. I think eventually that would be what we'll get. We'll get them kind of everybody banding together. There's ramps and all that. Ladders are such a bad idea. AI get killed too easily. Not to mention the fucking ladders are bulletproof. Sick, I need. Don't drop the price. Release a new version with the DLC. Well, that's, I suppose, another way to go about it, but... I don't think they will ever just... No, I don't think they're going to bury it. Because, like, it's a new IP, and I think realistically, like, as somebody who is, like, I understand the creative process in that, like, I like to write, that's about it, yeah, I know. I like the lore and stuff, and I realize, like, from a lore point of view, it would be far more advantageous to Bethesda put, like, double the amount of effort and content into Starfield at the Hello Stan. It's not a fucking turtle, what the fuck? But double the content effort as they would have Fallout or Elder Scrolls, because it's a new IP, you know? Like, I would like to think that by the end of Starfield's lifespan, right? You know, the Bethesda devs can, like, they can do their whole, you know, brush their hands together and be like, this is in a good spot. The lore has been expanded. It's got a lot of mechanics and features so that, you know, when the next one comes along, it'll be able to stand up alongside Fallout. I like how Bethesda doing Starfield so far. Randomness and uncertainty are mainstay of life. Chaos. Oh, for fuck's sake. Michael, what the fuck? It looks like a water bug. Bethesda is definitely making money. Oh, they're making money on creations. 100%. That's kind of speculation, like part of the speculation of like why there's like very little Bethesda have kind of a hands-off approach to it, because they want to not be held reliable for stuff, you know, when shit goes bad. And I get it to an extent. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. But at the same time, it's kind of like, Bethesda, fucking fix your shit. Remastered Fallout 4 is going to take time. Fallout 3 changed the ending, keep expanding. Yes. Don't worry about Microsoft and their decision making. To be honest, Microsoft, I've said this before, anything Bethesda... Hold on now. Like, when it comes to Starfield and just Bethesda in general, Microsoft are not going to touch them, because up until Starfield, and even then, Starfield still sold money. Like, they probably easily covered the cost of what it was to make it just on launch, you know? Thank you, Michael. Generosity knows no bounds. I would spend that in a hot chocolate just for you. Microsoft, it's nothing to do with Microsoft. If Bethesda succeed, it's Bethesda. If Bethesda fails, it's Bethesda. Like, yeah, like, it's just... And I know, as somebody who is a fan of Halo and has seen Microsoft mismanage Halo somewhat, yeah. You made $1 billion.
Digital cars don't carry over the next year. Bethesda could do a lot. Well, I don't think anybody's saying that Bethesda could do like worse. My take has always been the fact that paid mods are a good idea, but they need to be regulated so that paid mod authors, verified creators, they need to be held more liable. And I seen a really good comment. I'm actually going to read it out because I thought the comment was really good. Let me find it. Exodus must be coming out soon because I keep getting emails for it. There's a mod for that quickly turn into mods are the cause of it. A Starfield TV show would be fucking amazing. Yeah, a lot of IPs do die because of lack of support. 100%. Let me see real quick. Bum, bum, bum. Da, 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 da. All right, where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Basically, this person just said like that a lot of the issue with the refunding credits and stuff, it's how the royalties are paid to the mod authors, and Bethesda essentially will always cover the cost of refunds, but so if like the royalty rate is over 50%, it's an automatic loss for Bethesda, even for single refunds. And then they basically, the issue lies with the creator program's verified creator. And like they've got guidelines, but it seems like anyone can make paid mods. The program needs to be a contractual partnership between the verified creator and Bethesda with legal and financial responsibilities and accountability for both parties. That contract should include support over some period of time and how to do that. I've been saying that from the fucking get-go. My guy, you're speaking my mind. And it should also cover what to do about royalties when a paid mod is set unmoderated or refunds are warranted. Bethesda also need to clearly state to buyers under what condition refunds can be requested. The state of the program seems to be a proper mess right now, with buyers literally paying the price. And I agree 110%. I'm going to be honest with you. I realize that like there is mod authors out there making very questionable content that are making money for Bethesda, and I'm going to be honest with you, this is probably going to be a bit of a shocker. We like if you compare, like I'm going to compare, like I'm going to use an example. I'm going to use Bub for instance, right? Bub makes Starfield money with his paid mods, right? But there are certain creators out there that are pumping out content every week, right? Or every 2 weeks. And you know who they are. There's a couple of them, right? They are arguably probably making more money for Bethesda than Bob is. Because Bethesda are looking at it like these guys are pumping out money. And it, again, hello, Bob. Not trying to, suck off. But it's like, this is where the problem arises, because it shouldn't be like a case of whoever gives us the most money, it's a GG. Like, creators like, Bob, and like there's a handful, I say a handful, of creators that honestly should be on a far different fucking level than like the verified creators, because I've said there's verified creators out there that honestly they're on the level of like whatever they put out should just be put into the vanilla game and just pay them directly, and then you've got people who like they make good content. It's not not amazing, not groundbreaking, and then you have the people that just do, it's very questionable, like it's either trying to make a quick buck or just rehashing and all that stuff. There are tiers to this. There are, though. I do think there is. Like you look at like example of Young Neil, who again, I'm not trying to talk shit about them because again, I've never looked at their mods. I think some of their mods are priced egregiously in that like but like that mod author has put out like 10, probably what? Like, I think I added up. Like, that mod author, I think at the time is like 6,000 or 7,000 credits worth of paid mods. Like, the amount of money a mod author who puts out one mod every month or every couple of months versus a mod author who puts out maybe one mod a week, they have to sell a lot less. And it's a shit show, More currencies than money. Yeah, and again, that's another thing I do agree with Nolgroth. Like, we have, honestly,
again, this goes back to the lack of fucking, like, we have to use word of mouth for everything, you know? Like, there's no system to basically comment or even rate. Like, I guarantee if there was a rating system and the rating of the, like, how high you were rated determined where you would pop up, you know? Like, if your rating was under 50%, your mods would not pop up on the banner. And if your rating was, like, literally 20%, like, lower than 20%, you would have to physically search for the mods, right? And there's obviously, if a rating system popped up, it would showcase who the better mod authors are, but it would also showcase, like, it would force people to actually, my man's making it, no. Honestly, if it fucking works, like, it would force mod authors to actually care about what they're putting out. It's like, if you want to make a mod and you want to monetize that mod, there's limitations to, you know, or there's not limitations, there's certain expectations that, you know, you should do, you know? Like the idea of again, paid mods, like the idea of this paid mods, a couple of paid mods being taken down, like, that opens up a whole kind of worms of like should mod authors, like, should there not be a contract where, you know, if a mod author puts out a paid mod, they should be contractually obliged to, at the very least, like, you know, with, like, mobile phones, where you're always told with mobile phones, like, oh, you know, Samsung promises 5 years of updates, 8 years of security updates. Like, mod authors, paid mod authors, you should be, like, promised that, like, we're going to update this mod till the game dies, you know? And obviously, that could be a 5-year period, that could be a 10-year period, that could be a no, you know, like, but if it ever came to a point where a mod author decides to step away, Bethesda can take over all of the revenue and deal with the mod just for updating purposes. You know what I mean? Like, if it was a case that the mod, because I'm assuming, like, again, mod author, correct me if I'm wrong, like, Bub, I know you're there, your plasma weapons, generally speaking, right, every time Bethesda update the game, you're not going to have to change too much. Like, you wouldn't have to go and remake textures, would you? We reading how much money do they earn per mod? There's it's kind of it's all speculation, because it's all NDA related, but I believe, I initially thought it was like most things, it was 30-70 in the mod author's favor. Apparently it is not. It's probably more 50-50 realistically. All good, horror show, thank you. Enjoy MasterChef with the wife. Once told me that on a 500 credit mod they make 150, if that's true. Well, first of all, that mod author that's telling you, don't mention that mod author's name, because mod authors should not be saying that at all, because that's NDA. You don't want them to get in trouble. But that what does that work out? So that's 175 credits. That's about 30%. So realistically, and again, this is where, like, the whole thing is turned on its head, because a lot of the time when I do my reviews and stuff, and even when I'm talking shit about mods or, like, just giving an opinion, I always assume that, you know, the mod author's making more than Bethesda. If it is a case that Bethesda are making 70% of the revenue, right, and the mod author's making 30, that's very fucking stupid. Steam takes 30%. Epic, I think, takes 20%. Like, and all they do is host, you know? Like, Bethesda all they're doing is really hosting and basic QA. And that's what you would expect at that level, you know? Like, at that level, like, look with Xbox or with Steam, you sometimes see games come in that shouldn't, and they're pulled, you know? Sentinel weapons are not prone to break so easily, so yeah, it's always possible. But, okay, that makes sense. So, yeah, so for the most part, Bethesda could, you know, if it was a case a mod author was to step away, Bethesda could probably maintain it with patches, but obviously, if it's something major broke, yeah. But I don't think Microsoft. I see. This is where again, people are saying this, and I don't think it's true at all. So when you buy your creation credits on the store on Xbox, yes, when you make that purchase, if I buy $10, and again, if I'm wrong on this, fair, but I know a little bit about the kind of the commerce platform when it comes to that. So when you buy that, right, 30% of that €10 will go to Microsoft. That is confirmed, right? And then the others, so they get €3, I'm assuming, and then Bethesda will get the €7, right? That virtual currency, the creation credits, only Bethesda and the modders get that. Like, realistically, it wouldn't even make sense. Like, imagine you're giving 30% of the creation credits to Xbox. It's like, fucking Phil Spencer's like, cool, I guess I can buy Watchtower now, or some fucking guns, I guess. But yeah, so generally that argument is that's not correct. Now, it may be, but again, I don't think so. Because that's usually like the fees are paid at that. That's again why a lot of companies do this whole, why Fortnite made it, because Fortnite would much rather a situation where they just deal with the fee at the start when you buy the, your credits or your V-Bucks. And then when it comes to like how that money is applied, because that's the other thing. I've said it before. Bethesda refunding you creation credits, it's a net positive for them. They don't lose money. And apparently, again, from what I've seen, Bethesda seemed to handle the refund policy, which, again, I don't think they should. Excuse me. I don't think they should, but then I don't know. It's obviously it's like the whole creation system. There's a lot wrong with it. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff we don't know, and there's a lot of stuff we won't know because at the end, it's a business. And we know in this world, people don't like talking about how much money they make because it's taboo, which I understand. I'm a curious person. I've been told to stop being a nosy cunt sometimes. I never mean it I'm not necessarily a jealous person. I'm more just curious. The game PC bought Starfield Premium use mine. Nice, Polybus, nice. Ooh, what sort of PC did you get? Is it nice? Does it have RGB? This is unique for sure. Rockstar sues mod authors, Larry and CG embrace. Well, Bethesda, if they refund you, then you won't need to spend more. Exactly. Like, that's the way. Like, they've already gotten your money. All right, what is Skytech? Is that like a brand that makes PCs? Sounds like isn't that the guys from the fucking... The guys from the Terminator? Like, Bethesda have been one of the... They were... my gaming started, damn right it does. My gaming kind of started around like Xbox era, so obviously I don't know if there's other games, but I always seen Bethesda as like one of the primary, like, kind of, they brought modding to console, which that kind of says it all. So like, and it would make sense if a company was going to try a paid mod system, it would be Bethesda. Oh, it's a system. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, see, over here we have PC Specialist, which is where I got my PC. They like make what's a system integrator? Does that mean they build? Is that a fancy word for building a PC? But yeah, like there's like I really do hope Bethesda see my video today, because I do like they could, again, I'm not big on the laws. I am 90% sure the EU will tear you a fucking new one. If you're a member of the EU, like, EU, well, these days, okay, maybe it's going a bit squishy, but, like, these days, you don't fuck with people's buying rights, like, you've always, in the EU, you have a right to a refund, you have a right to warranty, all this sort of stuff. Them not automatically giving a refund after pulling a mod, that's you're opening yourself up to be sued, Bethesda. And maybe in the terms and conditions of, like, it might say, like, they can do that, but even if they can do that, again, they lose nothing by giving you a refund, and it would honestly just look better if they, in the US, they best scheming, but at least my opinion, Zydax. I know of Zydax. Zydax sponsored. They used to sponsor Neebs Gaming when I watched their Arc series. PC, but yeah, PC Special is really good, really good.
Just companies pulling games that they don't want to release offline. It's just, it is, to be honest. It very much is. And we already know what happened with that. Like, we've got the EU that's basically going to change legislation to basically prevent that shit. You know? Like, it would be just a simple fix for Bethesda to just opt to not cause problems. You know, like I said, like, how hard would it be? Like, Bethesda have your emails, they have all of your stuff. Like, it wouldn't be that hard for them to just hit you up and be like, hey, a paid mod you purchased was pulled from the store, so we've refunded you the amount. That's all they have to do, you know? Like, because as I said, like, if you're someone like me, like, who's probably bought a lot of paid mods, and there's probably people that have bought quite a few paid mods, you wouldn't realize you might not realize, you know, like, whether paid mods have been pulled or not until you go to delete your mods and then re-download them. Gamers should not get comfortable. Yeah, that stuff like that is very stupid. And it's problematic because obviously you've got, yeah, if you have 180, there's probably definitely some paid mods that may have been pulled. Like, Xbox and like is obviously trying to do the whole Game Pass thing and they want everything to be digital. And I can understand to an extent they want to do digital, because, you know, they like they don't have to produce the discs. But I like physical copies of games. I will always buy physical copies of games that, you know, like, one, I'm either a fan of, you know, like Halo, Starfield stuff, or you know, games where, like, I plan on playing them for a bit and then just selling them on. Don't care so many broke games. 76. To be fair, 76 is kind of a different kettle of fish, because it is Bethesda, but it's like kind of handled by a different. But I do, again, see, I haven't played 76 in a while, but I never had an issue with input lag necessarily. But then, is this of recent, or I actually was planning on playing 76 tomorrow, do some fishing tomorrow. On my Xbox. I'll have to try that out and see. Have you made any ships with the bad tech? I haven't, Grant. To be honest, I need to, because it is very cool. We didn't send an MPV file of the aliens. We sent a golden wreck. I think not. I'll have my chance. Be disappointed at my nostalgia. You'll see refunds. They usually have a playtime limit over. Well, no, that is fair, X. But generally speaking, if it's almost unheard of when a company pulls a game, you know, like most game developers will, like most like Epic, Steam, PlayStation, Xbox. If you bought a game, like let's say you buy a game on Xbox, on the Xbox store, right? And that game is like the devs just delisted after a month or two, Xbox will give you your money back. I would, again, it's such a rare thing. I've only ever seen it happen once or twice. It happens a little bit on Steam, but I'm pretty sure it's like it's an automated process. Like, we're not talking about a situation of somebody just not wanting like they don't want the DLC anymore. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm like talking about you buy like say I buy, like, you know, Watchtower, and I enjoy Watchtower, and then Kingath, he would never do it, but Kingath, God forbid, decides to pull it, and I'm like, Watchtower's gone, I can't play it anymore because it's been delisted, so where's my money so I can put it on something different? If you want to make sure you can watch the movie you bought, get the media. You're only buying a license. Yeah, like stuff like that. It's like, it's always like, remember the things like when you buy like a DVD, like you're technically only allowed to watch it with like a small group of people. That's more than the movie, but I bet that they legalized they can use. Well, see, I don't. Hello, Guilty. The thing is, in this instance, I don't even think like Bethesda's already kind of teetering because of the lack of content and the paid mods being very, you know, Wild Westy. It would not be advantageous for them at all. So the mod that got pulled was, oh god, let me it was gold UC gold weapon pack, and oh god, it was, give me a minute
I have an email. Give me a minute. No, Watchtower is not gone. Watchtower is not gone. Jesus Christ, there'd be an uproar. Thank you, Captain Ultima. Basically pulled both their paid mods, which again is another. See, the Hungry Panda pulled mods. It's more like a lifetime lease, and it should be, like, at the very least, it should be a kind of a lifetime lease sort of thing. Bought this sign on 76. See what was in the menu? Yeah, what we get, Burger King? In case they should change person to rent. See how much the game sales drop. Yeah. He's gonna argue back in the day. You needed a CD for the car and for the home. Yeah, shit like that's fucking stupid. So delisted, basically, Tenebro, is the mod author or Bethesda have decided to remove from the store. So not only have they removed from the store, you lose access to it. It's a common practice, or no, it's a rare practice online, but some games do it. Forza is synonymous for doing it, I believe. And I don't like it, personally, when games do it, because that's why there's been a big uproar recently. Delisted, sorry, delisted. There's been a big uproar recently, and it's been put to the EU courts, or the EU government, where it was like, stop killing games, because there's a lot of situations where games basically come out, and like, after so much support, they just get delisted. And it's... Obviously, some games are going to be like that, like Destiny, for example. Like, that's an always online game. Most of the time when games are delisted on Storefront, they usually can still re-download them. Yes, usually. Again, I don't know too much about it. I just know that occasionally I'll see on the Xbox subreddit, it'll be like, this game is being pulled down, blah, blah, blah. It's usually kind of games I don't really play, so I don't know enough about it. They still sell the broken sign. Under $17. Wait, I bought a sign on 76 with letters. Every time I leave the camp, the letters slowly disappear. What do you mean by slowly disappear? Like, they despawn as you're moving away from it? Or like, when you come back, they're gone? Anthem was, honestly, EA, you're doing good with Battlefield, right? If you want to redeem yourself a little bit more, bring back some BioWare guys that are still wanting to do shit with you, and fucking bring back Anthem. Relaunch the game. Anyone who purchased the game, give it to them for free. Like, Destiny is dying, alright? And that saddens me. I don't think it's going to die completely, but like, the stats are showing that like Destiny, it's kind of hanging on by the diehards. It's not gaining new people. I want alternatives to Destiny because I love Destiny style of game. It's like an MMO light. All the elements of an MMO. BioWare is still owned. I realize that, but like a lot of the BioWare guys stepped away from it. A lot of people stepped away, which is annoying. I seen something that apparently they do Mass Effect 4 and terrified they'll ruin it. To be honest with you, I've been waiting on Mass Effect for a fucking long time now, and honestly, I don't know. Like, is it coming? I would like for it to come because I like Mass Effect, and I think Mass Effect is an awesome game. But, like, what are you doing, BioWare? Like, sounds like Starfield and Lights were only diehards. Honestly, yeah. The only difference is, like, Bungie kind of communicate and kind of listen somewhat, but they listen to the wrong people. See that Ubisoft's gonna be run by a Nepo baby? Oh, Jesus. What do you mean? Oh, no. How bad is it? Ubisoft is another one of those companies where, like... Well, actually, up until recently with the Tencent hire, I always assumed Ubisoft would be fine because they're pretty much propped up by the French government. But... Played the last Dragon Age BioWare, guys. The investors screwed away from a Dragon Age Arms remake due to the failure of Dragon Age Veilguard. Well, I think... See... While remasters are definitely... Right, so remasters... Oh, a crypto, bro? Fuck that. Like, fuck that. Like, no. Thank you. There was that, what was that game that came out that like, was it Gridlock or something? It was like a kind of a battle royale, but it was like tied to like, it had a crypto thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I think crypto is like quite cool, but I think these crypto bros and people trying to turn everything into NFT is so fucking stupid. Like, you don't need crypto in like fucking everything. Like a game should be a game, right? You shouldn't like this is kind of where like ironically like the whole thing you're seeing with like the kind of the paid mods, it's like if they add like crypto and stuff like anyway, let me go back pedal. So there was a kind of a battle royale game. I don't know what it was called specifically, but it basically was going to have a crypto like skins and stuff like Apex, and there was going to be a player trading, players could trade like an online trading auction house type thing, and basically it was going to also be tied to crypto, so you could technically make money off. But the problem with that is when they do shit like that, you're going to have people coming in that don't even like the game, you know, or they have nothing to do with the game. They're just here to make money, and you kind of see that with the paid mods aspect too. Belgar was a too bad game, but some of the dialogue. I remember Wildcard and how they wanted to do NFT skin. Oh yeah, no, fuck that. Reserves mod remake, remasters are okay. I think the reason that the quiet are looking at a huge overhaul. I am hoping for a huge overhaul. Fucking ship parts crypto. All right, guys, I'm gonna be coming out with my new crypto. It's called ship parts. I need you to all put your money in, but don't pull it out till I say so, okay? I will be trying it, Polybus, but it's by Avantech, so it's kind of like an instant GG. But that being said, I do think that if it's a new company, right? Like, let's say the guys at BioWare, a lot of them aren't the originals in Mass Effect. So the idea of them working on a remaster, right? That's not inherently a bad thing, because by helping or by working on the remaster, they can see how the original game was made and kind of stuff like that. But obviously, with issues like Michael was saying, with remasters, it tends to fall off. But then I don't know. I think Oblivion definitely made them enough money to get them fucking ship parts. You know, yeah. Crypto recently, a scammer has scammed me through crypto. See, one thing I like about Ireland is crypto is not really. It's not a thing over here. Hello, Aiden. Just because we're too kind of old school. Like, I mean, there's probably places that offer that you can spend with crypto. I would stay fucking clear of them. Well, I mean, to be honest though, LeBron, while that is a bit, you know, slightly bit sketchy, that's not entirely a bad thing if the lore guys is your cockpit. No, my cockpit is, this is my cockpit. It is a hidden cockpit. You know, because I'm starting my new MFTs, ship parts, you know? I'm a crypto bro now. I do a paid course on how to monetize paid mods on Starfield. You laugh, right? But I guarantee you, if paid mods stay the same way without any oversight and Elder Scrolls 6 blows, there will be people selling courses on how to basically make money off of Skyrim. You don't hear source material, you're trash. Well, again, I think it depends, though. It depends, LeBron. Like, if you're just, like, if you're a lore writer or, like, a world artist, yeah. But, like, if your thing is just, like coding, I don't expect you to, you know? Crypto machine, a dying mall in my town, I think. What the fuck? Yeah, it's just, like, sometimes it's like, what the fuck? On the purse economy, I know our master was bragging about how much he made in crypto. What the fuck? That's the new thing now? I say if I play viewer, but I hope we're talking about don't get censored to sound cool. No, that was sarcasm, Aiden. I'm not teaching anyone a course. I know we don't have that because Ireland's government, we're backwards most days, but I'm honestly surprised that we opted to not go that route. If crypto should be called Gary Coin because we miss Gary. He might make an appearance one day. It's hard to kill him properly, you know. Gary Coin. Oh god. See, I've watched a couple of documentaries on crypto, and like it seems kind of cool because like it's trying to circumvent the worry of governmental abuse of currency. But it just like honestly it just screams criminals. Like, cause don't criminals get the most use out of crypto? Like I didn't know anything about crypto. I'd follow her advice and make more. Jesus Christ. Oh, hello, cat. Not the GTA 6 crypto bros invading Elder Scrolls. Can you? Oh my god. That's the other thing. Like, I've seen, like, the thing with, like, GTA and stuff. Like, because obviously, again, we're talking about... This isn't even Starfield at this point. But, like, you guys know, like, anyone that knows GTA knows that, like, the roleplay servers are big on GTA. And there's, like, people that are saying they're going to do roleplay servers on GTA 6, but they're going to monetize it. And I'm like, brother... Rockstar literally sends cease and desist to mod authors, to video makers. They're not gonna let you make money. Place of private organization. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. It's like it goes kind of it's like it's this whole thing of we're trying to do good, but ultimately, are you trying to do good? Like, it's all way above my head. The idea of, like, you can earn Bitcoin by making your computer do processing. Oh, no, I know it's... I understand that it's definitely not illegal. I realize that crypto is not inherently. But my kind of thing is, to me, it just kind of seems a little bit, like, shady. In this, the way some of them are doing it. I follow through, check the website, let me... It's a fake site. Oh, Jesus. Like, shit like that is, like, when the... You say about crypto, but the whole currency Starfield... Oh, yeah. Them paid mods, you know? Who needs crypto when you got them paid mods? It's honestly, though, like, on a real, Bethesda could be in... You could argue that Bethesda could be on track to be accused of scamming people by, you know, with this whole thing of paid mods getting pulled down and not getting refunds. We'll forgive you, Todd, if you bring out ship parts and update and a refund system. I mean, to be fair, it's kind of like a lot of things, though. Like, I remember I have Revolut, and my entire friend group hate me because I'm always like, I got Revolut. You have Revolut? For anyone wondering, Revolut's like an online banking thing. It's legitimate now. But, like... They were originally like, the idea was basically like, it was all online, no brick and mortar banks. And people always be like, oh, that's a scam. You're going to get scammed. Your money's not legitimate. I'm like, no, it is. It's legal. They have a banking license with Ireland. You know, they're a legitimate company. It's like, nah, you're going to get scammed. And I'm like, okay, whatever you say, just send me a fucking money and fuck off. That's the best way to do it, Dong. But realistically, the reality is they'll take it down and 5 more will pop up. Account I registered while existed. Yep, that's why I won't buy into the Bethesda books. Like, see, I would assume, I always assume, to be honest, the only reason I went with the bank, is because, one, it's hard online to do anything, and two, you fucking need a bank account to do, like, it's like, oh, you want to, like, you know, you want to open, you want to make a phone company? No, you want to, like, basically need, like, forms of IDs for, like, signing up to various things. Having a bank account basically solves that problem. Well, that's pretty much how it is, Michael. That's how they're operating currently. Where basically it's not on them. If, you know, if stuff doesn't work, it's not your fault. But the problem with that is, it's a serious fucking problem. That's not good enough. And like, that element, like, you look at, and again, I just want to say here, I'm not a large enough YouTuber to be clipped, but like, the Pirate Bay tried to use that as like a kind of a, like, you know, we can't be sued because we're not doing anything illegal. We're just hosting. But that didn't work out for them, did it? But people paying Bethesda is one of the good guys. Yeah. Like, I feel like I do think that Bethesda need to take a step back with the whole paid mod stuff. Like, I like paid mods. I think that a lot of the paid mods need to stay, and I think there needs to be more incentivizing towards paid modders. Like, again, I think there needs to be some sort of a system where mod authors who are consistently doing a good job with paid mods should get, like, extra bonuses. Like, you know, Bethesda should advertise for them more, stuff like that, you know? But it needs to be more regulated, you know? Like, It was funny. A lot of tourists come to New York, but they don't work. Oh, Revolut doesn't work with that. Oh, okay, yeah. Because that was, I think, that's what Revolut started over here in Europe. It was like, oh, Revolut's great for going, you know, abroad to Europe and stuff because your money and all this stuff. I just got it because I could set up a bank account in my room instead of having to go and hit up a bank and be like, yo, can I set up a bank account? Like, no, you have to make an appointment. So what the fuck you mean to make an appointment? Do you not want my money? Is my money not good enough for you? They are, and they are relying for it on content. And that's the thing is, at the end of the day, like, if Bethesda just, like... And look, it's clear they're working on stuff, so obviously, you know, talk more, Bethesda. But every company's trying to make money, and ethics seem optional. Oh, yeah, they're exactly. Like, they're all companies at the end. As much as I like to, you know, glaze Mr. Howard and stuff, they're a business at the end of the day. They're in it for money. Now, I would like... The naive part of me would like to think that, you know, that they're out here trying to, you know... They're trying to make something that, you know, we enjoy, and they have made something that we enjoy. But I guess they're under no obligation to give us what we want. The gamer updates from devs, it's been a mess. The idea was good. Get modders a wage. Personally, I think it should have stayed in donate. See, the only thing with the donations is... And I've seen a few mod authors have mentioned it. A lot of people will kind of pass up the idea. Like, I don't know, it's... Like, I feel like it's... While it's only a Starfield issue, I definitely think that it's something that more... It should be part of a larger conversation. Because... It's weird, like... Some companies I would trust more to monetize content than others. Like, I honestly would trust Bethesda, like, not taking into account the fact that we've gotten no content for over a year. I would trust Bethesda to make game content rather than independent modders necessarily, because Bethesda is, you know, they're... But in other games, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, if COD had a kind of a paid mod system where people could make skins, I would probably trust the skin makers more, because they're going to be making skins that people want, not fucking Ninja Turtles. You know, kind of similar, probably similar extent. I don't know, maybe not Halo. Want to make things we enjoy and they count on the happy feeling to blind us to the rest. Did they make more donations compared to... No, mod authors did not. They did not make donations. I spoke to a few mod authors who, like, probably got, like they made more from, like, one mod on that sold semi-decently on the creations than they've ever made from donations. All the time mods not working because they don't... And that's why, like... Because I will say, it's... I always like seeing mod authors talk about stuff, because you can kind of see, like, fuck me, that guy knows what he's talking about, or, like, you know, Jesus Christ, guy's a fucking professional. But again, like, with the whole kind of system of, like, supporting the mod authors that are doing the work, you know, it's like, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Like, again, you know, gonna hype up, you know, people again, but, like, Bub, for instance, makes phenomenal mods. Bethesda should definitely give him... Oh, the model is very successful, Michael. It is very successful. It is. But, like, because, like, it's very clear, like, Bub is a mod author that is clearly hitting, you know, he's doing well. Mods are awesome, you know, they're selling. Give him access to extra stuff. You know, Bethesda should be giving, like, these mod authors, when they hit certain sales, give them, like, a license to the softwares that they use. You know what I mean? Like, that should be what you should be working for. Like, ultimately, you should be like, oh, my mods are doing well. I should be getting rewarded. Like, money is obviously the ultimate reward. But it's like what I always say, too, is, like, I think of mod authors and stuff, like, when mod authors hit a certain level of, like, making mods, right? Like, I genuinely think that there should be a system in place for verified creators where before you make a paid mod, you have to give Bethesda like a deposit, right? Like, let's say you got to give Bethesda a deposit of $200, and in return, Bethesda will give you access to an Xbox dev kit or a Series S, and then eventually, or something like that. Because again, it's like I hear, I don't think mod authors should be making, I've said it before, they shouldn't be making paid mods over an Xbox. That's just how it is, There should be systems in place for, like, mod authors, and realistically, again, your mods aren't going to sell as much if they're not on Xbox. So it's kind of a weird kind of catch, because in one way I understand it, because mod authors would like to make that bank because they'd like to, pay for what they're doing. But at the same time, it's just, I said before, I said again, like, King Gath makes himself a 3 for Starfield. Liability of mods to carry new. Oh yeah, no, and I think that's where, like, the kind of the problem lies too. It's a weird situation because Bethesda can't keep mods live if authors decide to pull the plug as mods are owned by. And that's honestly, Bob, that's where, like, I kind of find the whole, because some people have said about how, like, basically you own the rights, like verified creators own the rights, and I understand that, but I do think, like, as a company, you're providing, like, your mod is on the game, right? And it's made for the game. So Bethesda should have some sort of say in it. Because literal Bethesda clause that gave them the right to basically hijack. I do not think they should ever be able to hijack mods necessarily. Because, that would be obviously, that would be very problematic. All right, Nograth, have a good one. Yeah, and that's because I do think that there should be a kind of again, it's like mod authors should be expected. There should be some sort of contract where, like, look, you have to keep this mod updated for at least a year or two. And then basically, as long as you agree, like, basically, let's say every year will come back. And, like, do you want to keep updating the mod? And like, yeah, so you sign the contract again. And if they choose not to, it's nice mod authors make money, but it's a choice to make mods too if for the creations. Oh yeah, and I think I do find it strange because you occasionally get those comments of, like, I don't want Bethesda to update the game because it'll break the mods, and it's like, I don't care, and I have a lot of mods that I enjoy and will be using, but Bethesda should never have to rely on anyone but themselves for making content. And I don't, people say, like, people have been saying that Bethesda were hoping that the paid mods could be used as a system to kind of give them money and keep people interested. I may be naive, but I genuinely don't think that was Bethesda's intent. I think they always seen paid mods as a kind of as a cherry on top, and I think something happened with the development. Either they've run into trouble with something, or maybe it was the Shattered Space knocked them, on the back foot because it wasn't received well. But I don't think they intended on, like, mods to kind of hold the line. And people that are saying that, I think yeah. And there's mods out there that you could argue, like, yeah, like, that, to be fair, they're doing a decent job of holding, but they never should have to, even if that's the case, Other than one fellow saying, does anyone know if Bethesda is not giving refunds if the mod's pulled? So, to be honest, I haven't seen much, Michael. That's why I've been kind of, like, looking into it, because Bethesda will refund you if you ask for a refund. That's definitely the issue. And I would wager that if you were to reach out to them and ask, they would definitely give it. My kind of issue was more the fact that I feel like it should have been an automatic thing. So mods don't even patch their mods because they are. Well, see, that's why, again, like, an overhaul to the system, because, again, I'm going to be honest with you, there's some mod authors that shouldn't be in the Verified Creator Program. And again, if they're going to be in the Verified Creator Program, it's crazy to me that I can like I could join the creator program tomorrow. Well, I couldn't, but you know, if I could, I could start charging the maximum amount possible. That again is mind blowing to me. Like the probe tech again, you know, I know probe tech is an easy kind of horse to beat because, you know, no disrespect to them personally, but how they were able to put out like, what was it, like that was the first ever 700 credit mod, and no one at Bethesda was like alarm bells like, wait a minute, this is €7. Like, we're, you know, mods that are like between €1 to €2 to €3, you know, that credit, like that's like, okay, cool, like they're, you know, it's whatever. But like once you get past that $5 mark, like up to the 6-7, you know, that's on the level of DLC content. You know, that's what we've paid in previous Bethesda games. We need to look at this and see, like, is this really? And the fact that it wasn't, it's crazy to me. Most people earning money, but people forgetting enforced. Oh no, yeah, you aren't. And like, to be honest, that's why like the guidelines to verify mod creation, there needs to be there definitely does need to be a distinction. I got PC considering attempting mod, then recommended a YouTuber. I believe J Ramos does stuff. I know that there's another. I watched a guy that streams. Oh, there, Sean. Mod should be free, so if they're gonna charge, there should be guidelines. Well, I think that's why, like, see, here's the thing. When Bethesda originally did the Creation Club, right? I don't know, maybe look at Maybe you could charge more than that. Fair. Like, those modders you cover don't donate to you. Yeah, but I make content. I don't ever expect anyone, and I'd feel weird if mod authors were to send me money. Personally, like, you know, to this stuff, because I just feel like you're trying to buy me. Because you can't, unless there's some people where I will take your money and I will still talk nicely about it. There's people I always wonder that, like, you know, when like someone offers you like bribe you, what's the worst? You take the money and then talk shit. Most of my authors you cover don't donate to you, and you're pushing their mods. No, reiterate, because I think you're trying to, you know, I'm a bit stupid. Explain. I was just saying, I agree, and quality should be expected. Well, see, that's the thing, is like, when Bethesda originally was, I think Skyrim and Fallout did the Creation Club, right? Where realistically, despite it being like Bethesda creations, it wasn't. It was paid modders that were working on behalf of Bethesda, right? Bethesda, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I know that, and I hope it's not, I don't think it's illegal to say, but I believe Kingath did some of the work on some of the paid mods, or some of the creation content. I think that that's what Bethesda should have went for. They should have went for a system like that, where mod authors would have the opportunity to work alongside Bethesda. Oh, and I see. Again, I think Michael is correct in a sense of, like, because there is paid mod, or there's mod authors out there doing free mods that I always say, if you are doing free mods and those free mods are doing well, make a paid mod, because you deserve some money, because people are like, that's the thing, is like, it's like with YouTube, people watch my content and I get money, ad revenue, you know? So like, while it's free for you to watch it, I still get compensation. With like mods, it's a different kind of story, because you could have like a mod out there that has hundreds of thousands of downloads, but that mod author isn't getting anything off of it. Like, I do think there should, I think Nexus, I think X, you were saying Nexus does something like unique downloads. I don't think it'd be a bad idea for Bethesda to do something like that, where, like, you know, you could make a little bit of money. Like, I'm not talking mad amounts, but like, let's say you get like, I don't know, like $10. So don't make a mod then, it's a choice. That is fair. But yeah, I think that if Bethesda focused it more on how they originally envisioned the creations thing, where people had the opportunity to join Bethesda and like make, like, you know, like basically where it is now, right? And it would do the paid mod sort of stuff, but there's limits on how much you can charge, and then as you get better, like, there's, yeah, it's just, and we're gonna keep having this conversation. 10 years from now, I'm gonna still be screaming about paid mods. They're just paying employee to try and deal with everybody else. Licensing for 3D Max, access to the eternal tools. And I realize that I think you might be behind a little bit, X, but in reference to that, I was just meaning, like, specifically to mod authors that are making you money, you know? Like, I'm not necessarily a businessman myself, you know, it's like a thing to do. But if I had, like, an employee that was earning a certain wage and they were making me way more money than the rest of my employees, I would probably be inclined to give them more money and get them, you know, more assets to make me even more money. And that's why, like, I think that Bethesda should have a thing in place, like, to assist, you know? Because, like, I'm assuming, like, with the animations on your end, Bub, if you're still there, like, if you want to do Bethesda-level animation, I'm assuming you'd need to use the software they use, and that's really expensive. Like, yeah. That's kind of one of the issues when it comes to content creation, why a lot of people straight out the gate, you kind of are like, oh, I need Adobe. It's like, oh, you need Adobe? Fucking the price of fucking Adobe. Oh, you need Photoshop? The price of Photoshop. You don't need them, obviously, but a lot of people think they do. But yeah, because, like, there's obviously, like, mod authors that Bethesda should be embracing and holding up and stuff. Even like the simple things like the banner system. Like, I think that, you know, I've said it before, but I think the banner system should be based on how many downloads you get, if it's a rating system. Like, there's a favorite uses AF for animations, total prepared. So you would, when you say Bob, you sound like the Irish. Free mods of donations. Good mods get loads of donations. They do, but not always. To be honest, not always, Crofter. Like, in some instances, yeah, they do. So other instances, they don't. Bum, bum, bum. But I will say, let me make the closer. But yeah, sorry, just to check my phone. I get our cameras re-upgraded because the new internet was like, no more cameras for you, ha 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 ha. There's nothing more fun than having to climb a ladder and hold your phone up to security camera for like 20 minutes. What color should this monstrosity be? That's the base player problem. But see, the issue here, right, Crofter, is that while there definitely will people who would be open to, what's your favorite hot drink? Hello there, Demon Tom. Favorite hot drink? Probably hot chocolate. I like tea, but hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. Also, the Polar Express really very polarizing. You know, hot chocolate doesn't look like that. I was expecting some sort of liquid that I couldn't swim in, you know? Not that you would swim in hot chocolate, personally. Oh, it's looking like a duck. We're going 3-star colors. 3-star colors. Why is only a crew of 2? Big control station. Still waiting for a paid mod to invite. So why is it taking Bethesda so long to release custom animation? Because of their past IP, it didn't take that long. It's unknown. I think a lot of it is just down to the fact that it is down to the fact partially that Starfield is new. It's a new engine. Not new engine, but it's like it's been upgraded a little bit. To be honest, everything they did with Starfield makes me like the how long it took for like mod sport to come out and stuff makes me think that like on this like it just kind of like it's all starting to seem like that Starfield was a very big undertaking for Bethesda, which it's obvious it was, looking at some of the things they've chosen to do or not do. Yeah, 3D Master on 2000. Yeah, fuck that. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, Bethesda could, at the very least, they could offer. Oh, it is right. Haha. Yeah. So like, yeah, so like there's like that's like that, honestly, that could be partially why content is taking so long, you know? But again, Bethesda, talk
It's a
to us.
beautiful day to be
Fucking tell
alive.
us that. You could be like, look guys, we've got content planned, like, you know, like the new engine, it's like tricky to work. Halo admitted that. Like 343 basically said like that the slipspace engine, like it was a lot harder to work on. Like it took them a long time to fix the desync in multiplayer. I'm gonna get hate, but Oblivion, I want to see no. This thing about Unreal Engine needs to fucking die, right? Unreal Engine, while yes, it's a cool engine, it is very demanding, and it's not like if you Google the top like 5 games that have come out using Unreal Engine this year, like Stalker used Unreal Engine, fucking dog shit. What other games that come out with the Unreal Engine? Because I know there was another game that came out was horrendous. It does, that's the other thing, it uses it for visual and the creation. Unreal, what am I saying? Am I, wait, hold on now, am I talking? Hold on now, wait. Maybe I'm wrong. No, it is. What is the engine? What's Stalker's engine based on? Is it Unreal? Stalker 2 wasn't best. Oh yeah, no. And the thing with my one of my things with like Unreal Engine a lot of the time is just that performance is very, like, I got better performance on my Xbox than I did on my PC, because, you know, like on my PC I don't have to worry about, you know, I don't have to worry about settings. Oh, speaking of settings, what do we want to bet? Why do you do this? Why does my game keep fucking swapping? Also, it's shocking to me that the game looks very little differently. Everyone ditching their home engines and ruining. See, I am very saddened that 343 Halo Studios moved away from the slipspace engine that they made for the game. The reason they did it was purely because it's easier for... Purely because it is easier for Unreal 5, thank you. Halo is going to be... See, again, I don't know. Because... I'll get Michael... Stalker, yeah, Stalker's Unreal, and like, don't get me wrong, it's like Stalker is a very cool game, but it's just, I had performance issues on my PC, and I've got a pretty decent PC. I've got a 4070 Super. Look, it's not like a, it's not a 4090, it's not a 5090, but performance was all over the place. Like the fact that you shouldn't need, like, look at Battlefield's new engine, or look at their engine. Gamer runs apparently amazing on even older hardware. Unreal is, people say games need to change to it. Yes, and it's like. Yeah, exactly. Like those engines, like Halo 4 was the last. Halo 4 was made on the same engine that Halo 2 was made on, right? Heavily updated engine, but still the same engine. 343. What did 343 swap to for Halo? Yeah, the reason 343 swapped away from slipspace, so I changed the whole engine because it was so bad. It's coming. Ooh, damn right. Because I really liked Stalker, but I just, like, there was certain quirks, like, did they ever fix the fact that your character walks like they're drunk? It was literally just updated, which, exactly, like, it's just, yeah. But so yeah, Halo Studios, they changed from slipspace to Unreal, or they're going to, because Microsoft used a lot of contractors, and it's far easier to bring in contractors that have worked on a more global engine like Unreal instead of training them up. People said that was partly why Halo Infinite kind of was a bit doo-doo for the first like couple of months, the first year or two, because they had to train all these developers to basically, you know, get shit done, which, again, yeah. Apparently, all you need to do is trick people thinking the new is... Oh, yeah, it's stupid. Like, you get, like, a lot of situations, like, people like that, where they're just, like, it's like... I was going to be interested in seeing the new Cyberpunk. I'm going to be interested in Cyberpunk. And what about RE? I know you're... Okay, I know Unreal, I know Unity, that's gone down the drain. I know Frostbite, and I like the Frostbite engine. And there's games, obviously, that can run well on Unreal's engine. I think one of my biggest concerns, and it's not even, I suppose, a concern necessarily, because when you're like an Xbox gamer, the game runs whatever way it wants to run. What was hold on now. What was Dying Light 2 engine? Dying Light 2 was on the C engine. Alright, the C engine can go die in a fucking hole. That game came out, right? Could it do, when games were doing 4K 60 on console, could it do 4K 60? Could it fuck? I think it was like 2K 60, 120, 1080, and then 1080 with ray tracing. Like, what the fuck? I don't care about fucking ray tracing. Ray tracing needs to die. It needs to die. I know people with their 5090s like want to be able to see the reflection of their tiny penis in their game. Okay, that was probably a bit too rude. I was more supposed to reference the fact that when I think of ray tracing, I think of Cyberpunk, and in Cyberpunk, I'm pretty sure you can have genitalia. I wouldn't know. But yeah, ray tracing just it just needs to like fuck off. Like, I would rather faster loading times, you know, bigger worlds than ray tracing Chrome engine. But oh, really? Oh, wait, so I see my tiny penis. Oh, God. Retrain and train their day. They do. Yes, they 100% Recon. They need to stop doing that. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, ray tracing is the future. See, it's in some aspect, fair enough. Like, I think ray tracing is cool, but as a console gamer, it's of very little use to me, you know? Like, it takes a big hit. And like, doesn't the new PlayStation supposed to like have a version of ray tracing, which again, I think that like one thing I will say credit to like the Dying Light 2, they did allow the option to run ray tracing, like in the new GTA. There'll probably be ray tracing. It does add immersion. You're not wrong, but it's something that I don't really worry too much about, just because as a console gamer, I'm like, yeah, it's me. But let's take off. Let's go shoot some people. But that's the thing is, I'm always going to be very much console gamer because I just like the convenience, and plus I liked how the slipspace engine looked. It's really solid overall engine. That's just the prettiest thing, but and that is fair. It's not meant to be a free starship. We'll call it a free star. I think the trade-off isn't worth it. If I was ray tracing in certain games at the moment, ray tracing isn't actually good enough. That's what I mean. Like it's very much it's a free star waffle ship. Let's go shoot some House Varuni boys. I will say, while on the topic of Dying Light, I played it, wasn't a huge fan, but the new one that's coming out that I apparently get access to because I purchased the Ultimate Edition, looks quite good. It's weird how the amount of games companies that can't just capitalize on, like, they make one that's a banger, and then 2 comes out and it's like, the fuck? Like, my God, I have never seen a game that had a reputation system and a choices that was so fucking stupid. Like, I chose dialogue options trying to side with one faction, made me side with the other faction. I'm like, excuse me? What the fuck is this? What is it? Dying Light? Is it Kyle Crane, the Beast or something? Well, I think the new consoles, that's it, the Beast. It does look very good. And I've spent so many hours on Dying Light 1. Like, yeah, it was just so fucking good. And, like, obviously there's elements of it that's still there in Dying Light 2, but... we going. Let's go to Serpentis. But... I will say, I pray to baby Jesus. I like Dead Island, to be honest. Dead Island, the new Dead Island, I really enjoyed. I tried to get my girlfriend to play it. I think we played it for a day and a half and she got bored. So I like Dead Island. I didn't mind Riptide, or Dead Island 2, rather. That's one of those companies where, like, wasn't they like split in half, and that's where Dying Light came out of. Dying Light's made by a Polish company, I think. I know Codemasters was involved, I think. Thing is, like, it's a good game. Like, the parkour and the combat's really good. As a bit of a story buff, the story I found was a bit, you know... Well, actually, the story wasn't bad. It was more so the choices. It was kind of like, the fuck is this? Let's go to Serpentis. Yeah, they're okay. Yeah, they're Polish. Because I'm pretty sure they originally it was, like, Dead Island, I'm pretty sure. And then there was an issue between Dead Island 1 and Dead Island 2. And they split off. And then that's where I think Dying Light came about. Dying Light 1. And then Dead Island 2 has been in, like, I think the team, they like got 3 different teams, I think, to make, because they got a team to make Dying Light 2. That team basically dipped. They got another team. That team dipped. It's kind of like Kerbal Space Program situation all over again. But I will say the team that made it, like, it's a very solid game. Like, if you can get Dead Island 2 on sale, it's if you have some friends, it's very much a kind of like a Left 4 Dead style game, I would say. Story, don't worry too much about story, just like killing zombies, having some fun. Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you guys think we really won't see Fallout? To be honest, Illusionist, I don't understand why Bethesda haven't. See, one of the current issues. No, the remake's not gonna be that long. God, no. I guarantee you, the remake is gonna be coming out whenever the new TV show. It's gonna be coming out then, probably next year. But I think one of the issues that with Bethesda is that there's so many of them that it's like too many cooks, not enough. What is the term? Too many cooks, not enough something. But I think that Bethesda, because they have like multiple companies or they have multiple companies. Yeah, State of K3 needs to come out too. That is fair. Like, there's multiple companies in Bethesda. There's like Bethesda Maryland, Bethesda blah blah. But I think if Bethesda put their mind to it, they could divide their companies. You know, like split the team in 3, and basically have one team working on Fallout, one team working on Elder Scrolls, one team working on Starfield, and then like every year or 2 just bring out a new title without like dropping the old one, you know? Like, in a perfect world, we would have like a Fallout game that comes out alongside like an Elder Scrolls 6 that's like they're both, you know, at the same time, and it would just, yeah, it would. Oh, so the remake of 3. Oh, the remake of 3 is going to be amazing. Like the Fallout, can you confirm what I heard? I heard Bethesda is going to revamp Fallout 4. Somebody said that, but I have no idea. There's rumors about them getting paid mods. I think somebody else mentioned it to me. I will say that's... it would split the player base, but... see, that's the thing, is it would, but I'm like, go for it. I'd bounce between all 3, to be honest with you. I'd be like, hell yeah. Juicehead video. I mean, I don't know too much about Juicehead, but I know he probably has informants. I wish I had fucking informants. Anyone at Bethesda want information for me? I'll keep it completely anonymous. I won't accidentally show your face in a video.
You have met your doom.
But yeah, no, I feel like we're getting Elder Scrolls 6. I would like to think we would get Elder Scrolls 6 next year. And then Fallout in realistically probably 2027, 2028. We will be getting a Fallout remaster though next year, I know that much. Well, I don't know, but we know it is. That was leaked alongside, on the court documents, alongside the Oblivion remaster. And you think the Oblivion remaster made them enough money for ship parts? My god, is the Fallout 3 remaster gonna make them fucking bank? Like, it must be weird for Bethesda, like a company who like they really like Elder Scrolls is their baby, right? But I would probably argue that would Fallout be... well, with the TV show, Fallout now has a larger audience. Way larger. All good, Raffin, all good? You're forward on anything in the business, so I'll probably So I'll be... Who's Hunter S. Thompson? Who's that? Not familiar with the reference. We just need a janitor. That's all we need. A fucking janitor. You just give us some intel. We'll offer them, like, free dental. They're more realistic than a big boss. Hello there, Wiz. Aquila needs a... Fucking Aquila needs more than a janitor. Aquila needs a true governmental system. What the fuck am I? What is this? No, what is that? Right, let's... Serpentis, you still there, guilty? The Mean Bumper. A good movie. I pity the fool who fender benders that. Oh yeah, they can try. Hello, House Rune? I've come to deliver your snake eggs.
An offering for the Great Serpent.
Fuck the Great Serpent.
You shall be judged. Our shields have been
You're better off
compromised.
getting meteorologists to be your source. Jesus Christ. Oh god. Like honestly, with that whole like we had like a storm that came over and like everyone and their mother was basically like, oh, it's gonna be just like the power time the storm the time the power now. I literally got it, like I got anxious shits. I apologize for eating. I was like, please don't send me back to the dark ages. I need my internet. I can't Netflix and chill by myself. Yeah, thankfully it wasn't. It was a light fucking breeze. Obviously, we didn't get the worst of it. Some other areas got pretty bad. Hello there, House Faroon. How are you? Very... oh, God. Much fear and loathing in Las Vegas. Like, that's the whole movie. Like, you're not telling me to watch a movie in Las Vegas, are you? I would love to do that. I always wanted to go to Vegas. Put it all on red.
And now for your judgment.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna have to look into stuff like that because I was like looking into. I have my eyes on a generator and I'm waiting for it to drop a little bit in price. Oh, that's the movie's name. Pigs made unless you're single. I am not single. Or ready to mingle. Doesn't mingle just mean like have a chat?
Making room.
No, but I wanna go see Caesar's Palace. Like count cards. I'll watch a YouTube video beforehand. Learn how to count cards.
I am promised.
Your promise? What do you promise? Oh no, you died. Oh look, a fucking boot. Oh, a helmet, even better. So I just think it'd be cool. Is there a lot of old people in Vegas? Is that like... That'd be classed as like a retirement town. The weird giant eyeball. The eyeball that I'm pretty sure like is making no money, and I'm pretty sure it's in the negative. Ship build competition idea, droid dropship, build a transport that carries deploys multiple. Oh, thank you, Carl, for the donation. Your generosity knows no bounds. There will be a ship build competition. I'm waiting to see whether we'll get news on Starfield or not. I do like that idea though. I did want to actually do something like that with the thingy. Meet a girl on the flyer and I'm married for a couple. What the fuck, Michael? Gambling has come so many different states. You know my ex, oh god. It's not happening. He thinks he can, but everyone in Ireland knows that he's a rapist scumbag. There's a few Irish people that think he isn't, but he fucking is. No chance in fucking hell. Double check my girlfriend if I'm allowed to say that term. Assuming I'm allowed to use that term. She knows all the kind of ins and outs of what you can and can't say. Also, YouTube apparently like updated. See, not really. Over here, not really. They're more like dodgy landlords. And farmers. And the occasional teacher. Now, what you might have in common being a teacher and a politician, I don't fucking know. But what was I gonna say? Apparently YouTube have changed their format, because originally you couldn't like swear for the first couple of minutes, and apparently now like the first like 7 seconds. But they're apparently gonna, where's the fucking door? They're apparently doing away with it, which is kind of cool, because like I realize that like, you know, like advertisers and stuff, but like what's the problem with swearing, you know? Where's the door? Bowls of shit. Only difference is the smell. Shit smells different? What the fuck? America's phasing out the pennies? I mean, aren't pennies like... Doesn't it cost more to make a penny? I think we phased out our pennies. The age verification. Where's the fucking door? The age verification thing is fucking stupid. That's not the ship. And every country needs to. That's like, Crimson's never going to tell you to protest, but if they demand age verification and shit, fucking protest. You shouldn't need to fucking link your facial ID to some third party fucking country or company in a different fucking country just to fucking watch YouTube or play your Xbox, or God forbid even, you know, fucking play with yourself. I think it's... I mean, yeah. I mean, that's... Governments like that. They're like, fucking... We want to control you. It's like, you're not going to see much. I sit in my room. I occasionally go outside. Do work on occasion. That's not... You know, but for the most part, freedom. I'm honestly surprised that it hasn't already happened. Like, a lot of the EU is phasing it in, which kind of scares me, because like the EU is supposed to be the good guys, you know, the ones that like hold on a second here, that sounds like an infringement on a person's rights. Like, data protection laws in Ireland are very, very, you know, it's apparently it's quite good, Sean. It's by Zone, so it's going to be a good mod. Duct tape over the camera just in case. See, that's why. No, I put it front and center. If they want to watch me jerk it, I will look directly into that lens while I do it. I'll be like, you enjoying this, Mr. CIA equivalent of Ireland? Because I bet you are, you fucking weirdo.
Can lose money if your language exceeds its parameters.
The fuck? There's fucking parameters? What do you mean? I could be making more money on YouTube if I don't swear as much? What? No, OnlyFans. God, no. No one wants to watch a fat ass like me do it. I can barely, like... No. Fuck no.
I have a cigarette in my front of my camera on my phone.
Well, did you ever have the instance, like, where your phone will your flash will go off, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Did someone just take a picture of me? The infantry rifle looks really good. Like they all look, most of them look good. I would say be careful with that mod, the plasma gun mod, because the mod author, I'm currently speaking to the mod author. I'm clear for everyone to be fingerprinted at birth and everyone giving us... See, the thing is though, Dong, in a situation like that, does it help with crime? Because like they always argue like that, oh, you know, like it'll help with crime and stuff. I don't think it does. Somebody does. Like, because they always say that. It's like this whole thing in England, they're like, oh, it's to help the children. Like, ah, yes, it's definitely going to help the children, that I have to show my face to watch YouTube on my Xbox. I just bought. Oh, well, it could be fine, but the plasma mod is made by the same mod author who had the broken pistol. I am currently. They reached out to me and asked if I would like to review it, and I will be reviewing it regardless. Well, I was going to review it regardless, but more so that But I'm currently finding out if they have fixed the revolver. And I'm also going to ask them if they haven't, why not, and why the fuck did it take so long? I might actually put up some of that, Raph, and see. I would do something on the Discord, maybe. It definitely does. If they can fingerprint the scene, they can easily. And see, that's, to be fair, that's, if it works, it works. You know, because that's always the argue. It's like, you can either have freedom, or you can have, what is it, freedom or security? You can't have both. Would it be too controversial to buy the worst section? See, that's what I mean. Like, again, I don't think I'm always cautious. So the Ryujin revolver breaks your game. It adds code words to the game files that basically makes it so that every gun in the game gets penetrator rounds, and a lot of magazines are invisible. And it's been broken for a long time. I will reference it in the video what they say, because to be honest with you, I always cover every mod. Realistically, depending on how even if he gets back, I was probably going to do a video and just be like, look, this mod author has made broken shit in the past, so be aware. But yeah, no, I might do something like that. I just need to probably ask some people that know more about legal shit than me, because like when I like kind of flame people like Gothos or, you know, Young Neil for their questionable paid mods, I don't think I can get in trouble necessarily, and I don't obviously want to bring hate, but I think that people need to be aware of like when mods cause issues versus when they don't. I just realized the time, guys. I'm gonna hop off for the night. Mods to avoid. I will set up something like that, but I will catch you guys tomorrow. We'll play some Fallout 76 and do some fishing. So yeah, have a good evening, guys, and enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, guys, cover your webcams. And maybe ship parts. Bye-bye.